look at how I wrote shit down?
Oh dear Lord. We used to have
I was kind of fucked in the head.
Half the game was on the page, and half the game was live. So you had private gaming as well as live gaming, actual gaming.
I was kind of fucked in the head with that character.
There's 3 questions your character could ask of the DM at the end of every day through your contacts or whatever, and then you could have that information. But not everyone knew it. They didn't read. No one read each other's books. So there's a lot of individual intrigue going on during the whole thing.
Yeah, and I was fucked in the head playing that character.
Hey,
don't worry about it, Mel.
I know.
It's good. It works. Just let go out of it.
Hey, we're on.
First letter of you.
I haven't figured out the name yet.
Okay. That was.
We'll go the other
First
way.
letter. Ivy. Okay, so the I.
You can always resort to name generators.
Yeah.
Are we officially calling this race in this game? Because it's our game. What's the cat race?
Khajiit.
Or is that a tribe? Well, no, because you're 2 different tribes.
That's Skyrim.
Yeah, but we
We're
can.
just gonna call
it. This is our world.
And technically, the Khajiits in Skyrim even had multiple different races too. Multiple different.
Well, the only thing is you're not Khajiit, because according to Skyrim's, you would be more human-sized.
Well, that's where the liberty is of how, even though they're noticed.
We're going with catfolk, kind of as they are in D&D, because a lot of the monsters we use in D&D. Tunnel Trolls didn't have anything listed under catfolk. Now, as some of you would realize, there's no intro to today's show and no names around the outside edge, because we're still early stages of getting a whole new campaign going, which is basically part of the old campaign, which is the leaders, which we saw last week, and in most games, had assigned some of their soldiers. These people have been in the troops for about a year, to recruit people of the races that were akin to those inside the Enchanted Elf Forest, to hopefully sneak in as bounty hunters, nail the goblins that escaped the war, the leaders, and then not get caught by the elves being in where they shouldn't be, and get information about how are they supporting their power in the forest, and no one seems to argue it. So, there we are. I've set us up. Do we all have names yet?
Yes, I have one.
Do you have one now? We will deal with that. Well, first of all, I should, before I forget, write down. Okay, we have a wood elf. What's your name?
Jack.
Just J-A-C-K?
Yep.
Because it's going to be on the picture.
Oh, it can't just be J-A-K? Because that's copyrighted.
Oh, my name is Jack N.
He's got Jill as his family member. It's too old of a reference. It's beyond 65 years at that point.
Jack and Dexter.
Oh, God.
I was trying to set up a defense system for him. Okay, what's yours name? Yours is spell it for me.
T.
No, the race.
Catfolk.
We're just calling them catfolk?
Yeah. Why the fuck not?
Well, because you can do whatever you want. You can call them mermen if you want at this point. That won't make much sense.
Okay, we're pussy people. Just don't call us in the morning.
Oh my God, that is going to be fucked up, because if I want to get
you be a person, sorry, the different races. They're pussy girls and pussy boys.
Pussy girls and cut boys.
Name is, and you were a rogue, right? Kind of a sneaky type?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking for what I'm going to use for images for you guys when I put them up there. And, let's see, yours was deserty for her?
Yes, mine was. Mine's forest, hers is desert.
Woods, and, what was the name again?
T-O-R-Y-U.
T-O-R-Y-U? For you?
Yeah.
Reminds me of my sister's name, Tanya. It's misspelled. It has a Y in it also.
Oh, don't worry. If I run into Tanya playing Red Alert, I'll just run her over with the tank.
That's fine. first
When
generation.
she's on her back, she needs to continually hit mash the B button.
Okay, yours. Wait, I already did. What did I write? Desert there. Desert down here. Desert. And what was your class?
Warrior.
Warrior. And
SHOT.
wait, I missed the first beginnings.
SHOTHEH.
HEH. You're also cat folk. But of a desert variety.
Huh? Shopsy?
And then you. We looked at a few images already. You're Minotaur. You are Ivy. And you are a barbarian.
So does this mean if you two get lost, you go here, fuzzy, 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 fuzzy?
Yeah, but you know, apparently there's a race, there's an entire
Guido,
society of them out there. So you're not sure which one's going to show up.
Right.
And they won't like it, probably. Especially, well, you're a wood elf. You might get away with it for a while. But the thing is, your wood elf, with some reason, has very little knowledge as to what's going on in elf society.
Nah, it just means when you give us an expensive gift, all we want to do is play with the box.
Okay, so in other words, just buy you a box.
New weapon, where's the box?
So in other words, just buy you a box. Here you go. Box.
Now, purposes
Get
of
the laser
game,
pointer.
that list I told you about of goblins that you were looking for that survived the war.
He has it all.
Ready? First one, Forest Imp. That's their name. He was a member of the Yellow Fangs. If you want to write down.
I got it written down.
Okay. Pocket Robber.
Which pocket?
He is a member of the Rock Throwers. And that's what they do.
Did they dress up in white sheets?
No.
Hi, we're the Lynches.
They look like goblins carrying bags. Like some kind of weird Christmassy thing. They're running around carrying
Oh my
bags
god,
of rocks.
it's Krampus.
Yep.
It's Krampus' minions.
Okay.
Good Lord.
Next is Fix'em. He's a shaman. He's also a member of the Rock Throwers.
I'm not even gonna fucking bother trying to write them properly. Get this right now.
Okay, I can give you spelling.
I'll get that here in a moment. I just want to get them all written down.
Okay. We said I'm going through them later.
Or
How
I'll
many
just,
times do you want me to do it?
or I'll just look at them and then.
Okay, ready? Next one.
Yeah.
Ravager Rabbit. He is actually a member of the Wolf Skull. He came from all the way down south where you guys ran into him. He's one of the few surviving.
I think I spelled his name right. Oh.
Ravager Rabbit.
Yeah, I think I did that one right.
Okay, and how about Sands?
Just putting sands.
Yep, just like the word.
Yep, pretty
What's
much.
wrong, Bill?
Swamp Frog. Yep.
Is that everybody?
Yeah, there's 5 of them, right?
Yep. I want to make sure I spelled a few of them right.
Which one you need? Take the names. Their stats aren't on there, just some of their special abilities. Their stats are only on there in comparison to the big game. The ones I circled during the combat survived and escaped. You guys are hunting them down. Price on them is currently...
Is that an E or a or fixer?
Fix'em?
Yeah.
Fixum.
Okay.
Why would it be a 4? It's a word.
Your writing looks like a freaking 4.
That's all right.
I had to ask.
We'll fix yours over time. I already know mine's correct. Mine's a side effect of minor dyslexia.
Same.
I always know exactly where the ends are by the shape of and the angles. I know where the beginning and the ends are because of it. Stupid card. Okay. Okay. We will then go to the next person. you. Your character's name is, let me put my glasses on, I'm trying to remember it, or read it. Toru? Toru. Put a little. Alright, Toru. Roll a dice 6. You get that list out again.
Pull mine out.
Looking at your
messaging in the chat.
Don't do it. Not right now.
D6 and
Roll a number for the first one on the list.
3.
Right, 300 next to him.
Oh, bounties?
Yep. For establishing their bounties upon a random determination of their crimes during the war.
Okay.
Next. We keep doing that.
So.
You want to roll or you want to go around the table?
I think we probably
Do you want to roll again or just want to go around the table for each one?
Do you want to roll bounties on
These people?
1d6. 3.
300 for the next one.
Title.
5. 500 for the next one. See, there's 2 more.
Yep.
You don't get to roll. No. You're writing.
Alex, goes right to you.
And then 1 more for
2.
200. He peed on a fence. Roll.
1.
No, he peed on the fence. The other one.
Dang, Fixum must have done something real fucked up.
500?
Yeah, he's the only one with the highest bounty on his head.
Who's first one?
Try to move that.
Forrest Imp.
Forrest Imp. Ooh, and this is a bad place to have to look for him.
I got him in the back so this way I can flip between.
Okay, he
points.
will be the first bounty you guys are going after. We know he escaped this area. We think the Wood Elves helped him. We're going to assume, although you're a Wood Elf, you live on the outside edges. Actually, right now, you're all at the camp, right outside Specularis, getting your, because we're going to take care of also the trip there. Because there's a town right outside that you guys will get to be at before you have to start worrying about. But the thing is, this adventure's written, it's a Tales of Trolls adventure, for 3rd to 4th level. Who has personalized for 40?
Me.
Nope.
40.
Personalized at 40. I think you have it, don't you? 40. Yeah, and then you 2 do not, right?
I have 11.
21.
Okay. Now, don't forget, warriors, which are 2 of you. Barbarians count as warriors for this purpose. You get to add a dice per level. Rogues, write down, because the type of rogue, write down, hey, rogue, write down roguery. We kind of use this as a blanket for like all the roguey things. Right are back here.
Looking at roguery?
Yes, and then give it a rank equal to your dex. That way you can increase it as a, because if you spend points down a level for skill, it goes on at twice the level. While most stats are only level or half.
Thank you.
So that's basically why you would have that. That's what you'll need to like climb, which you have a bonus already to climb anyways. I think, don't you?
Stealth.
You have stealth. She has acrobatics.
I have acrobatics.
Okay. What do you have?
Dark vision, stealth, desert
Stealth. Stealth because your padded feet and furred bodies make it easy for you to go by things without making a lot of noise.
Yeah, wilderness survival. Forest, deserts.
Yeah.
What you do is find the proper spot that all.
They kind of takes it.
Where's the two women?
Now, you can, while following him around, pick up a new environment as a skill on a level if you wish for 300 points. So when you hit a level, you can spend, well, you can choose, well, yeah, when you get there, we'll deal with it if you choose to do so. Because you already have survival in nature. All you gotta do now is specific new conditions. You were spending a lot of time probably in the forest. Right now, we're traveling across the roads, heading down towards the forest. Um, any questions before you guys head out? And then next question would be for me to you guys is how do you wish to do your travel? One wagon for all of you, a horse a piece, or on foot? You can be taken there on a wagon and dropped off. And you guys get, I mean, it depends on how you guys feel might be best to approach the situation.
No horse for me.
I think due to him, because of his size, I think walking for us would be better.
Okay. Oh yeah,
I'm so big.
I mean, plus you're from the mountains. You don't do a lot of vehicles up there.
Yeah, so I think walking would probably be better. What else? I'm used to it.
Well, first of all, this guy's huge.
Yeah.
You usually don't see it much where you're from. But like I said, you must have grown up.
That's a huge bitch.
That's
a big bitch.
How tall are you?
5'3".
You're about the size of my
Leg?
knee. My knee.
Okay, what were your skills?
My skills.
First two skills. Did not have to do with your race or anything like that. Basically the ones you rolled for your parents.
I have, skill-wise, research skill and a flute skill.
Okay? Which one was the flute?
The flute was an 11.
No. Which mom or dad?
I'm going to say that was my mother.
Mom. Dad
Was research.
kind of a scribe or
Kind of.
kind of worked on different things like that.
Scribe, architect, archaeologist type.
Okay. What I have possibly is your dad knew, your mom probably did too, all the things going on. Your dad, especially with his knowledge and his research, probably kept track on records on things going on. And then, before you came of age of learning all the secrets, they died.
That will make a lot of sense.
Because your character doesn't have a clue as to what's going on deeper in the forest.
That would make a lot of sense.
And then you went and joined the blood company for camaraderie-ship. Because the other Wood Elves kind of like look down upon you, although you are 100%
Wood Elf.
Yeah, but they treat you. Well, there's a term they have, and I'll look it up again. We'll go through the start stuff. But for starters, we have travel time. So you guys are just walking, which means the difference is wagon would have meant there was probably a force with you. You would have been delivered safely. But things can happen. If you're just walking, it takes longer. I would say 3 days. So, for starters, you guys all just poof, you all get along. You guys want to discuss anything, or you guys just like, hey, okay, we'll do it this way. First of all, you were assigned this. You are given, if you write this down, you can, license of bounty hunting. When you bring in one, if it is of a smaller amount, every one of you will receive your 100 payment for your service in the blood company. But you will not be sent regular checks anymore. Not until this whole thing's dealt with. The actual money from basically show up once a month, they'll pay you anyways. When you show up to the office. Because they can't send blood company people into the forest. It has been forbidden and it could be seen as an act of war. But Commander Ado wants these goblins taken down.
So we found a loophole regardless.
Yeah. You guys are all species that are found in the forest here. Your character, I think, even came from here.
Good possibility.
Remember you guys passing over the desert on the way north from the Iron Fort? And then the next group, before they hit the vampire lands, will have an adventure in the desert. You're from that desert. That's right in between there. Where not too far off, there's a big rock, big pillar thing where, remember, it's in the other dimension? You're off in the desert, off around it, that area, which is at the edge of the forest.
Are you on the Wi-Fi?
Well, I would say with how
I'm trying to find a
with
picture.
the fact that I'm a kind of a roguish bard kind of combo here that we went with, the bard side is more, trusting of.
I would say,
people.
for starters,
Mhm.
your huge amount of languages has to do with the books your dad had.
Mhm.
So
That would probably explain why I'm able to speak what I can.
make a luck roll.
Okay.
Higher the better.
I thought your main reason for learning all those languages is so you could bullshit your way out of trouble.
Well,
That too.
it's basically so he could sing in every language.
Yeah.
He increases his business. There's no radio.
26.
Oh, don't worry, he's so offensive. He wants to do it with every language.
26?
Yeah.
Okay. Second level. When you left to join up, you locked up the house. You have books in the house. That's mostly what you have left of value. But at a second level, you don't know what happened to it yet. You have to wait till you see there. You're outside of a nearby town.
So I have to wait till I get to where my
town
house should be.
It's actually a big trade town because they take stuff from the forest and sell it to the rest of the country. Low Hollow.
Low Hollow.
It's kind of a city keep. It's also, though, one of the places that the Specularians, or now sometimes the Blood Company, stops at on the way down the roads. But it's still within one of the, remember the four main families? It's still within one of their lands, but right at the edge.
Okay.
The town will be like, of the residents, it will be like half hobbit, half human. But there's almost an equal number total of other races wandering around there.
So that's where my home is?
It's on the outside edge.
Okay.
So if it might have been left alone, but you also do have a problem in the area of bandits.
So it'd be one of those possibly go and check.
We'll check when we get there.
Oh, we're on our way that direction. Okay.
Yes, you're heading there from Specularis down that long road. Okay. And you turn off a bit at one of the forests where basically people in the forest make their money while snouting down at everyone else. They sell their fancy goods to the stupid city people at exorbitant prices. Proving how stupid the city people are. That's their opinion. What else? Look down at else. The wood elf will call an elf a pointy ear. Now, the rest of you will look at it and go, what the... But both of you. Wood elves are shorter, though.
Yes.
And lighter. Basically, for better survival out in the forest.
336. Is Grandma get 2 shots?
336.
336. Grandma get 2 shots?
We're on daylight, aren't we?
Yes.
That's probably why I got thrown off, because I thought I still had more time.
Yeah.
No, it went the other way, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, see, I still wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, because I woke up at what I thought was 11 o'clock. Looked at the clock out there. I was like, oh, it's almost 11 o'clock. And then I looked at my watch, my phone, and I was like, oh, it's actually 10. Wait. What the heck?
125. Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
So, I need all of you guys to make a dice 6 roll. Number is... We'll go to a favorite 1.
I got 5. 6. 4. 6.
Okay. First day does good. We're dealing with 3 of them. Oh, wait.
Now we said that when I use my flute, that helps with my magic, right?
What? Oh, would they help reduce the cost?
Yes.
As long as it's not your
Is that what we said?
Well, what it comes out as is you need to,
Okay, so in order
or the cost will increase.
Okay, I just wanted to double check on that.
It's like basically if you are a mage and your hands are tied, all your difficulties and your spells go up 1 level.
Okay.
If they also cover your mouth, or cost also goes up, goes double. If they cover your mouth, it goes up again.
Okay.
But
so no wearing your mask.
So a lot of times people will basically tie the fingers and the mouths of mages, because the lower level ones it will stop. Higher level ones,
he's a no masker.
Yeah. Higher level ones will still be able to squeeze out some spells, especially lower level spells.
So I would have to roll on my flute skill before using magic. Okay.
Depends. If you play badly, I'll still let you do the spell. But other people will be impressed or not. If you're trying to hide a spell in your flute playing,
okay,
you'll have to succeed.
Okay.
It's basically like saying if you blow a whistle doing a spell, it will still work.
Okay.
Sorry, when you were saying playing it while doing the flute, it made me think of the Inquisitor from How to Not Summon a Demon Lord.
On early levels, you're trying to play notes that are in the spell, and you're like, whoops, I gotta look at the spell, I gotta read the spell while playing a different set of notes on my flute, and then not cross the 2. Everyone else just, that's crappy. Stop.
Here, let me just play on my ocarina.
Why does your death music sound like music box? Okay, that's 1 day.
Why does your death music sound like the Canadian national anthem?
Because it starts out with "Oh Canada." Right there. It's like calling them to kill you. Oh, we just lost 2 very important viewers. My son and my ex probably just like turned this out now. There he is, bitching at us again.
Can there be alimony? Hey.
Yeah. I feel abandoned. Oh no, they're triggered. Okay. Next day, everyone roll a die 6.
Do it. Trigger him again.
2.
2. 1.
6.
Okay, you get to roll 2 die 6, Mr. 1. I have a list of possible encounters. That one doesn't count. You get only 1 number. Okay. Well, make an intuition check for Toryu.
What?
I have to look. Toryu, make an intuition check. See if you notice something.
I notice you're high.
No. Wish I was. I should work on it.
26.
Good answer of mine. No, 26. Okay. You see a dog. Kind of a scraggly looking dog, kind of large in the front end, following you guys.
Hey Mike, your bitch is here.
Actually, it's a jackal. You guys have a jackal following you guys. Specifically seems to be following you, Mr. Forest Cat. It's jackals.
Where's that spray bottle?
Spray its nose. Go away.
Well, that's how we got Amanda to stay awake. Threatened to, give her a shower.
I found it works good when girls really start crying a lot. You spray them in the face. They love it.
It doesn't work on Karen stuff.
Didn't work good for me either. She got mad at me.
Sprayed her in the face.
That's all right. My ex That was my response.
And that's why the divorce papers are signed.
No, I have. It costs money. It's the only thing stopping it. Intentionally, in my head, it's all happened.
Why are we even talking about this?
Because it's funny. Because Canadians.
You're gonna leave me to drink.
Hey, we both have beer.
I don't like that fucking nasty ass beer.
Well, it's all beer's nasty.
Not the one that's not trigger.
Oh yeah, you have one of those left. We'll go get it for you. I wish it wasn't bullshit, but I'll get you more.
Oh, that's not very nice, Maker. It sounds like you're fancy.
I go away for the fucking weekend.
I had one.
I had more in there than just one.
No, there were 3. I had one that day that I woke up in the middle of the before morning. Remember, you handed me. There were 2 left. I think. Did you have more than that?
Yes.
Oh, I only took 1.
I didn't.
No, there's probably more than I didn't open the door all the way.
I haven't been over all weekend.
Did you have any in the door?
Probably him.
Hey, I haven't been over here at all.
No, they both were over here.
Mine's here.
They were both over here drinking beers. I saw them.
Yeah, I don't drink piss.
Yeah, I don't drink it either. I drink the alcohol that's in the middle of it. I'll take one. No, I won't.
I don't want to
got
drink
these.
Belgian piss.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to drink no piss
Okay.
water.
Jackal following you. What do you do about it?
Damn it, you've been infected by moose.
Jackal
She's
following
here.
you.
You think we left her space open? We'll assume that she's already in town.
She's listening to the live.
Then.
So she's just following you guys. She's just following you guys carrying stuff
Oh god.
on her head. No.
So what do you do about the jackal?
Jackal.
Jackal.
Jackal?
Jackal.
It's following your trail.
Oh. Oh god, it's the KGB.
He thinks he's the Man in Black. He's got little sunglasses on. No. He's just following you. Do you just leave him alone and ignore him, or you want to try to dissuade him from doing so?
Well, it's not like doing anything.
Probably just waiting for you to fall asleep.
He stays here.
He keeps looking at you like, are you going to run?
No.
Stop and put his butt up and start wigging his tail. I smell a cat. There's a cat. Where are you hiding the cat?
I'm sorry, I haven't watched Animaniacs in like 3 weeks. If
There's
you want
a
a
new one.
steak, all you need to do is kill that one.
Okay. Everyone,
It's gonna be hard.
roll a dice 6 for the last day.
6.
4.
1.
Ha!
Okay, roll 2 dice 6.
It's kind of hard to tell this one. It's
And-
so big.
Okay. Wait.
That's what she said.
Next thing. Next thing. Roll 2 dice 6 again.
5.
Okay. Before you guys get there,
Oh goddamn.
on the road, right before you turn to head towards the town, the trade town, there's a merchant there with a wagon, and he's selling goods.
Oh.
And he has lower prices than anyone in town.
Which means hot.
Is anyone interested in stopping, or does anyone want to look at anything?
I'll see if he's got any bows, because I might pick up an archery skill later on.
Okay.
No, explosive arrows. That seems to never end.
No, I'm just gonna have a regular bow.
Well, he buys them in huge quantities. My question is more how he carries them.
No, I'll just carry regular arrows.
That's why you bend over so easily for those interrogators.
Bows. Self bow or long bow?
Difference?
Difference? Yes, there is a difference.
What's the difference?
Oh.
One was endorsed by Legolas.
Which one?
Longbows have a longer range
Mm-hmm.
and more damage, and they need a higher strength.
What kind of strength?
anywhere from 25 to 15.
Dude, you're screwed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna get
So
that
you're
one.
going for a self bow.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your strength?
12.
You can use a light or a very light.
How much would a light be?
Light bow?
Yeah, I would like to know first before I make my purchase.
Light bow will cost you, well, in town it'd be 60, so I'll only charge you 30.
Okay. What about the other one?
The other one, 25 is what I'll charge you, but they'll charge you 50.
I might.
Let's go
Do
with.
you want a glow-in-the-dark gummy worm?
No.
Okay, so the difference was just a light bow or a what bow?
A light bow or very light.
We'll go with the light bow.
Okay, that's a 31 to 50 pound bow. 3 plus 0.
You know, a little bow like that needs one.
50-pound bow.
31 to 50 pound pull.
Oh, full.
And it has a
3 plus 0. Strength required 12. Dex required 15.
I will not be able to use it as of yet.
Okay.
But I am buying it.
If you use it, you can use it, but you will have no personal adds.
Yeah, that's what.
And you'll only be able to handle short range. Your range on it is 70 yards, which is like 7 areas.
And by the way, Devin,
And it weighs 40.
if I take a edible right now,
You pass out?
yes.
Okay. You don't have to try it. Maybe after break.
So I will have to I'll have to calculate the armor that I've got and the sword into that.
Huh?
Remember, I have a short sword.
What's your short sword have to do with your bow?
Well, with a weight unit, so I know how much I've got in weight.
Why didn't you write that down?
Because we never did that. But just,
Short sword?
Yep.
Short sword weighs 30. What's the other thing?
My armor, which I have.
Oh, that's a million.
Studded and greaves.
Studded leather?
Yes.
250. Greaves?
Yes.
40. That's for the whole pair.
Okay, so I am currently. Okay, that's actually not bad. And then what for the weight possible? We went with how did we?
What's strength?
12.
1200.
Okay, so I am still way below that.
Yeah.
Okay.
10 coins equal 1.
Yeah. So
coins will get you.
Yeah. And that was for, and then price was 30, right? Yeah.
Yes, for the special deal. Would you like some arrows? I'm all out. No.
Sure.
I'll sell you a quarrel of 10 arrows for 3 gold.
Then I will get a.
If you want extra arrows, I'll give you 10 extra arrows for 2 gold apiece. Or a set. So how many arrows you want?
I'd like to get about 30.
7 gold for 30 arrows and 1 quarrel.
Okay, well, you can take me out of 41 now.
Okay, so. And how do you write? And where do you want me to write the arrows to keep track?
Actually, sorry, they're arrows.
Yeah.
I had the wrong one to look at. 24 is what you start with. 24 for 20.
24 for 20.
Yep. Sorry.
Okay, so then give me 48.
So that would be 80. Or but they'll weigh 20. 10 per unit.
They're how much?
They weigh, or the cost will be 20 and 20. That'd be 40.
Okay.
And
so
then your weight will be 20
right.
for the total.
Okay, so then that is.
Trying to think on
That just brings that up. That.
I don't have any special arrows.
No.
I just have the basic stuff.
And I said I'm gonna have 48, so go to equipment. And I'll keep track of how many I have shot. So I have to replenish them.
And you know, I got these from outside of town. So don't listen to anyone that tells you otherwise on the inside of town. I'm dealing with the guys out here. I'm trying to just, get business. Because they won't let me operate in town.
That is fine. Anytime we can help.
Remember, city line is right there. That's why I'm right here.
The someone tells you that's theirs, it's not. Because I got it from out there.
Oh, go away.
Until a Karen comes up and demands to see the manager.
I want to see your manager. I am the manager.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to agree with my employee. You're a fucking idiot.
There's a place where employees get to insult their customers. Can you imagine a Karen being actually going there?
Maybe they'll just love it.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's Betty.
So, first of all, as you guys ride into town, or whatever, head towards it, everyone make a charisma roll. I want just first level from everyone.
No. No, for you.
Yep. No.
30.
No, for you.
I got a 7.
Your charisma plus 2d6. You have it. Wait, you're 70?
Yeah.
Okay, don't roll 3. If you roll 2d6, don't roll 2 and a 1.
80.
80? You stop rolling, you have to roll doubles.
No, they weren't doubles.
No, I thought they were 2 6s.
They were tens. And I got a 30.
Okay, you're good.
What the fuck? Pizza Slut.
What about it?
It's an actual place in Portland.
Yeah, it is. They
Okay.
actually got some good pizza.
Do they serve naked girls? I mean, pizza?
They're delivery drivers.
Naked?
The girls are in bikinis. The guys are in
Speedos.
swim trunks.
Yeah. And they will ask you, is it male or female that's picking it up, so they know what to send to you. Trust me, I know my hands.
I remember there was a,
And they have a.
in Seattle, a bunch of coffee places that were in lingerie.
They
Yeah, they have them still.
They have a sub shop that's called Smack. Whenever you walk in there.
So, you two didn't make the charisma check.
Oh,
The cat people.
I failed.
The cat folk. Apparently, we're not. People are watching you guys as you come in.
They don't like the dead.
They're not paying attention to anyone else but you two. Children are wanting to pet you.
No.
No. But get a bite. Get a bite. Get a bite.
Oh, you don't like them rubbing your belly?
No. They keep.
No!
That's where I keep. That's where I keep my boobies. As a cat folk. It's like the kids are rubbing my boobies. It's really weird. I like it, but I shouldn't. They're underage.
The whole cat thing?
Am I a bad person? Okay. Now, as you guys show up, I'm going to give you guys some information about this area that you can kind of find out. Kind of looking around, talking to people, kind of establish yourself a little bit. A little about the area nearby is called the Gnarly Wood. The Green Fist are
Gnarly Wood and Green Fist. Sorry, I'm tired.
the Green Fist are what they call the Wood Elves, and the Peakvale Vulgate. Vulva? No. About 2 days out of Low Hollow on the way to Red Marsh and Lake Blood Moon lie Mount Dath and Elps Climb. Between these two snow-capped mountains is Gnarly Wood is settled. Technically, as you guys come in, there's a guy at the front of town, a hobbit, long beard, comes over with a clipboard type thing, a board with words on it and stuff, and looks at you guys and kind of taps the Wook's antlers, make sure they're real. You guys aren't any hobbits, so it's all good. I just, work for the king, and I have to keep track of for taxing purposes. So you're all clear.
What are you, that dry cleaner guy that was afraid of washing machines?
I'm sorry, I'm a little too big to be a hobbit or anything like that.
No, it was her antlers. She
Not
looks
mine.
like a hobbit, but she has antlers.
Hey, Lynette, your antlers got tapped.
Sure, it's not her butt.
No comment.
No, just back down.
Okay, a little bit of information. The Green Fist, your tribe, now settled between these two impassable mountains and bogs basically to form an area that they just do not enter, an enchanted forest, along with their wilder friends. This tension fueled, reignited by the antagonism from Thorgood humans and hobbits, claiming the Green Fist antipathy towards them has good reason, if not outright provocation. I don't.
Are you sure we should this skip? Because you honestly are having trouble reading it too.
I'm just not going to read that word again. Has made its mark on the cultures of both the elves and humans. Basically, they don't get along. Each
Hopefully
claims aggressions towards the other, leaving room for brutal reciprocation towards transgressions. These are too big of words for fantasy.
No
It's like they
shit.
actually have legal terms.
No. You want?
No, I don't.
I left a roleplay game at con.
It had too big of words.
No, the DM didn't know shit.
Oh.
Didn't know what he was doing.
The elves call humans and hobbits mundaners, while non-humans, like you guys, are muddies. They have terms, and of course elves they will call pointy ears, weirdly enough. Although the elves have longer ears than the wood elves.
Yes, my new ones.
What?
You'll see.
Basically, just to let you know, kind of what you're looking at. Here is the road that leads back to Specularis. Okay? It comes down. Here's the town. Then over into the forest are some mountains that stick out. You can see them. But between these two is where mostly, and that's also where you guys heard that hobbit ran off to, the gnarly woods. But that's deep in, not in forbidden territory. You're currently outside of it, so no one should come and bug you.
By the way, Devin, this is my colors.
Yes. Okay. Oh, for your
Yes.
tabby?
Yes.
So,
I'm actually going to make a fursuit that matches this. But it's not gonna go.
okay, the city keep of Low Hollow is a big guild town, home to many artisan shops, merchants traveling, and humans will stop here to purchase goods to take back to Specularis. Basically, trade is a main part of the business here. Hence, the guild determines who the town mayor is going to be, and who gets any sort of job, such as fire watch or gate guard. That will be done by the merchants. While the town's human and hobbit population solely fold within the King Hobbletoe's political leanings, the hobbits are the only one that basically they pay a tax to their king, while the human living next door does not pay a tax to that king. He keeps his attention upon his people. He's the king of the hobbits, but not the land that they're standing on. So that's how they survive in Elven territories, because they're not claiming the Elven territories as theirs. But they also claim if something the hobbits did something wrong, they go ahead and deal with it. So it's kind of an agreement the Hobbit King made with the elf to keep the hobbits out of his way. You know, so they got to answer to that.
Why don't you throw all the hobbits in a hole and live in?
Well, the hobbits are like half the population.
Oh, too bad.
The southwestern portion of Low Hollow is known as Unhollowed Corners to the locals. It's kind of the ghetto area where all the non-kin live, such as trolls, giants, and minotaurs. They live in the town. They are locals to the town. They are from the forest. They are not barbarians. They are much more city-dwelling minotaurs. It's kind of like you're a cow from out in the mountains.
Okay.
And they're heifers that live in town.
Okay.
They're much more smaller size. You saw some of them.
They're about, they're only 3/4 my size.
Yeah, they'll average about human size. smaller.
Like Amanda at and
There are ogres. There are hill and stone giants. They're in the area. They're about your height. Some of the giants get taller. But it seems to be the problem with the giants. The bigger they are, the lazier they are. They pretty much don't want to do anything. They're only in town because they're working for someone. And they'll do their job half the time. But people won't argue with them because they're giants. You know, so they help keep. There, a lot of them are in the guard or the fire watch. Less so in the fire watch because if there's a fire, you don't want to wait around for them to decide to do anything. A lot of shops in town. The big one, though, everyone make an intuition check.
Intuition.
Yep. Or IQ.
Intuition.
Yeah. Intelligence. We use it for the same thing.
22.
Okay. First level is all I
20.
need. Okay.
33.
39.
Okay.
Now you were saying mine's 13, but she's like on humans, I'd be the age of what?
Probably be like 23.
23.
Yeah. It's just that minotaurs, especially the ones that grow up out in the wild, they age to maturity a lot quicker. They only like get a couple of years with their parents.
And
Then they're pretty much on their own.
Yeah. Like most bulls.
Yeah.
Bulls and cows.
They just leave you. Next thing you do, you try to screw their mother. Get out of here. We don't trust you. What was it, Jenny?
From the block.
No. MXR.
She said about incest?
Yeah.
Incest is the incest?
Yeah. Incest is best when your sister do the best.
No. So that's
Okay.
why you only know brothers.
Oh, by the way,
The way.
I almost called you when I got down to Portland. Because, one of my wigs I thought was Guido.
Oh, you thought you took Guido?
Yeah. I was going to call you and be like,
Guido snuck into the suitcase.
make sure Guido's at home.
Yeah. No.
Because you know how she likes hotels.
Yeah, she wanted to go. Mom, I'm going. I'm going to hotel. She likes staycations.
Yeah,
We took her and she loved it.
I almost had to.
We thought we'd be wrong.
I almost freaked out and called you until Amanda grabbed it out of my suitcase and said, "It's your wig."
Yeah.
I was like,
Okay. You guys have made your first level roll. See a place called the Blue Narwhal Inn.
Narwhals, narwhals.
It's kind of the popular mixed race inn. It's kind of between the good and bad side of town. It kind of gets visited by some of the good people in town. But you also know that it's where the job board is in town. Basically where bounties and stuff get posted, which might sometimes contain secret messages to you guys by like what they write into the bounty. Now, one concern, since they don't want to like raise questions about your being there, they do have to put the bounty down publicly. They don't know who else may try to get that bounty. But you know, we would prefer to keep the money in the family.
Yeah.
But if someone else gets it, well, just make sure your guys' job easier, and we'll post that someone else got it already. Now, in gaming terms, every one of those names equal 500 experience points.
Fuck some shit up.
Actually, or should I just do the points equal to the gold? Because some are worth more than others. Nah, we'll just do it equally.
A leftover.
The guy with a lot of money maybe he can get. So, what do you guys want to do? You kind of reached your goal. You're standing outside the place where the job board would be. You're at the edge of town.
I guess I could take a look at my house.
Yes, you could.
Let's see if there's still stuff there.
Yeah. Make a second level luck roll.
Oh, you guys are parents watching inside.
In my house.
30 and bitch, get the fuck out!
Maybe you want to
It's
eat
like,
on
can
those.
you give me a hand? Here.
Well,
Lift up the roof. It's
That's about it.
Make
Get out.
an intuition check to see if you can find the place. I know what the condition of the place is now.
call your manager.
I am
Bitch,
the
I am
manager,
the
bitch.
manager.
33.
Call your manager. What?
33.
33? Well, yes, after a while you found it. It's kind of grown over a bit. Like, no one did anything about the yard or anything while you were gone when you locked the door.
That's fun.
There are a couple notes
You don't have to worry about a little prick's Japanese.
from, well, first of all, from like the local merchants guild, asking about the availability of this house. Basically, like one of the banks saying, "Hey, would you like to rent it?" Then the other side is notes from the king of the hobbits wanting to do a count for tax purposes. Comes out yearly. Tax every hobbit for existing. Do you have any in your house?
No, I don't. No, you might have a small infestation at the pantry though.
At least I didn't when I left.
Exactly.
And you made enough of the luck roll that you still have the key.
Well, go in.
I'm going to go with roll die 6.
6.
We're going to go under the event. Roll a die 6.
3.
Okay. You get there. You go to open the door, and it's been broken.
Oh, some motherfucker's gonna die. I walk in.
Okay. Roll die 6.
6.
Well, it looks like someone lived here for a while. There's no food. General is nothing left in the house. But make a second level luck roll on your books.
33.
Okay. All your books are there. They didn't care about them. Apparently, they're in a closet and they're like, fuck it, whatever. Bunch of crap. I've seen if you failed, then they would have burned them in the fireplace. Yeah, one book, basic story style book, a learner for each of your languages. So.
Wonder if there's any way I can have these transported somewhere else.
Well, you could always get a storage area in town, so I'm sure someone's still got the idea to store people's stuff for money. Or you could move in right now.
Oh, just put a new lock on it.
Yeah. Right now, the lock
Lock.
got busted.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Make an intelligence roll.
6.
Okay. You're pretty resourceful, little elf. You're pretty sure you can tie at least the door shut at this time.
It's not like we can't come back, and it's not like eventually we can't send the... Technically, if I really wanted to, I could send all the books up to Ado and the higher ups.
What makes you think the general of a world-fronting army gives a fuck about your books?
Might be something in there he would want to read about.
I
mean, these books are about the freaking area.
Really, like I said,
They're
reading learners.
story that a group would want to read.
They're like, children's stories, simple stuff. To get more complicated things like history and that, you need to already have a skill in the language.
Well, I'm talking like, wouldn't any of my dad's research be in here?
No.
Currently, no, not that you know of. He
I
didn't work at home. Doesn't mean there's not some somewhere else. But no.
Well, these are just basic starters, then I could just send them to the library.
Basically, if anyone else wants to learn a language, they can have access to them.
Yeah.
Is anyone else here interested in books?
Nope. Just more languages.
I could claw it. Shred it. Get scraper.
Let me see that book.
We could use them to flex his horns.
Put a book on each one. You don't want them to turn around and like stab you in the eye.
I don't
Except
want
for
you gored.
you guys would have had to have been like what on the second story floor. Oh! How tall are you?
5'3".
I would guess at most your ceilings are like 2 feet above your head.
Look, you're not in there.
7 foot to the top of his indoor roof.
You're just sitting outside.
You're the bodyguard at this point.
I'd have to get on my knees to get in there.
And your udders would flap down. We did decide that he had boobs, not an udder, really, though.
I'm not gonna say.
Well, my question is, if you had an udder and you guys were all dying because of lack of food, do you start suckling to live another couple days?
I prefer dying.
I prefer death.
I'm not gonna
Ivy is a female.
Yeah.
I still prefer death.
I see no FDA approved sticker.
I'm not gonna say because I got in trouble at con. Of what I did to a Lady D cosplayer.
Grab your butt, didn't you?
No, I chased her around big mommy milkers.
So currently, your situation are, you are here. You are bounty hunters looking for work. Although you happen to know, not too far from here, someone from this town reported that goblin passing through.
You know, in all reality, we could use this house as a base for doing this bounty hunting stuff for now.
Good. Well, not me. I can't get in there.
There's a barn out back.
Is there?
You could be a statue.
Probably not.
Make a luck roll.
You could be a
Let's see if
statue.
there's a barn out back.
Come on, no.
A stable, not a barn. Well, actually, you make a luck roll.
Well,
Yeah.
Blank.
21st level.
39.
Both of you make it. There is a stable that gives you about 10 feet.
There you go.
To get you out of the rain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for the Minotaur.
Just don't sit there and snore at night.
This is not the only Minotaur. You guys see a couple walk around the streets.
If we wanted a chainsaw, we would have actually bought a chainsaw.
For some reason, I think the Minotaur and all I hear when he's asleep.
So, everyone roll a die 6.
4.
1.
6.
1.
You two
sure everything's okay.
You two Wanners.
I found me a pile of clothes I'm gonna sleep on.
Roll.
Hopefully they're clean.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've been here.
2d6.
What?
2d6.
2d6.
It's been a while since I lived here.
10.
11. The lucky Gable. Outdo me.
10 is an event. Roll 2d6 for that.
Your mom tell me you're doing it.
She can't find it.
9.
Okay, and 2d6 for you.
For the first roll it was 11.
The last one was 11, right? You rolled 11 last time?
I rolled 11 when you first
Yeah,
asked.
encounter. So, roll 2d6 to what type of encounter?
10.
Okay. Well, that comes down to, first of all, oh my glasses back. You go, as in Ivy makes an intuition check or intelligence IQ.
Intuition.
IQ.
IQ.
Yeah. You're just gonna change it on the character sheet one day. 6 plus
13.
19. Okay. Then we're into a luck roll.
A what?
A luck roll.
Luck?
Yep.
I didn't show up.
It showed up.
No, I
20.
didn't.
20.
Oh, man, I sent you something on Facebook.
Okay. Take 1 point damage. You just sat onto a cactus that was growing in the off your con. Just 1 point damage.
Minus 1.
Yeah. Well, that's actually what this
Excuse me.
Basically, she just sat on a cactus that was out there in the stable.
Didn't see it.
Yeah, that's what I checked in. No. But it didn't get you, like, critically. It's just, like, a superficial thing. While
got pointed in the
your
eye.
turn.
So you really enjoyed that Sprite dildo, huh?
Well, it was itchy. Backed into it, but at the wrong angle. Instead of scratching, it stabbed. It's kind of like the, you see that one TikTok where the post office guy bends over, sticks his ass right into the cactus. He's sitting outside ringing the guy's doorbell, picking off thorns out of his butt.
Ow.
Okay, so what do you want me to do?
I need you to make an intuition check for your encounter.
5. Oh, 20.
20 is the total?
Yeah.
Okay. You found a room, kind of like claim as your own. We'll say this place has 4 rooms, including a kitchen, a front room, a bedroom, and a storage room.
And apparently a barn.
That was stable. Stable outside. He doesn't get a barn. He wasn't that rich. He just gets a stable that grows up that sticks off the roof so he can put his horse and his wagon away.
No, it's listed as a barn on the tax form, so they can charge one.
Yeah.
They don't think that counts as a shed.
Something is moving around in the room.
Right, jumping.
Okay.
Something skittered over in the far corner. The window's wide open.
Could be. Or a spider.
Later.
Hey guys, looks like we have a hobbit infestation.
Oh, not the taxes. Tax guy pops up. Hobbit.
Take it.
Do not return to sender.
Fucking spitters.
So,
This does not belong here.
Goddamn Jesper.
he yells, there's something in the room moving. Or he's got a hobbit. What do you guys do?
I go and take a look.
First of all, which room were you chosen? to like settle into between like those four bedroom, storage, kitchen, and front meeting room or dining room. It's also bedroom. Okay. Went into the bedroom, ready to like rest maybe after a long trip, and then heard something scutter over in the corner. I'd say a couple feet long, at least. Bigger than a rat. Could even be a raccoon. But he hadn't seen anything yet. What do you guys do? Well, you sit in the barn, stick your nose in the window. No.
I'm just relaxing.
I'm gonna go in and use my dark vision.
Hmm?
I'm gonna go in and use my dark vision.
Dark vision? Okay. Oh, it's not dark yet. It's getting close. But we'll give you a check anyways to look into the room. Interest check.
24. I'm only running on about 4 hours of sleep.
Okay. Yeah. Something moved.
I'm gonna go into the corner where it was.
Okay.
Or where it's at.
Just with your claws, that knifey hands, or are you gonna go with your
I
weapon?
have my fucking saber.
Okay. It's buried under a bunch of blankets in the corner. Like someone ripped them all out of the closet
Mine was
before,
given to me.
threw them on the floor for a place to sleep. So, you gonna try to uncover it? Do a dex roll. First level, with your sword out there, you kind of like uncover it.
26.
Ooh, you uncover, and something goes. It's a lizard.
Fuck that, I'm gonna claw it.
Okay.
So that'd be what? Just 2d6 or 4d6?
2d6 plus your personalized. Instead of 1d6, which is what a human would get. A non-knife hand.
45.
What was the laser for lizards?
Saurian.
Nope, I don't have that.
You just speak. Get the fuck out of my house.
Hard talking to the lizards then.
What'd you get? What number?
45.
You kill it. Take 20 points experience. You kill the force lizard. It looked kind of like a monster, but at smaller size. It had come into the window, settled into the room.
By the way, it's 9:07.
Okay. Were you guys feeling a break soon, or before we head on to? Well, let's take care of settling in here for the night. I will say all of you can find a location. Well, you guys can find a location just in a room. Doors unlocked though, because the lock got broken. Same with the lock on all the windows. There's about 3 windows. You have a cabinet. It looks like where they keep tools in the out here in the stable. That's also been broken into and rifled through. So, but if you got a padlock, you'd have a place to lock up your stuff.
I don't think I have one.
No, that's just you guys just walked into a home and said I'm gonna look for a. Or you can head into town and get a location. Since Minotaurs do live in town, there is probably places. Matter of fact, you've seen just watching because you've been sitting out here in this stable area. watching some Minotaur men and women go by. Kind of some are like nicely dressed, like like town folk type dress. Although they're Minotaurs, they're not barbarians like you are.
Yeah, but
You're Conan. They're princesses.
they're smaller than me too. So
Yes, they are. 6 to 7 feet most. Forest ones would be smaller anyways, just like forest elves.
yeah,
You gotta duck all these damn things.
I'm just curious.
And a lot of them actually, it looks like there's a weird little trend you've seen.
So
about half of them.
is it raining or is it a?
No, actually, that's one of the events. It's been pretty clear.
Okay.
See, I found a chart from Snollygoster that breaks things into when you have an encounter. I'm gonna try it out. It has one's nothing, one's event, one's encounter, and then it keeps repeating. And then there's lists for each of those. So it might be an event. That's what the merchant outside the place was. You might run into. I think it would apply more to the more civilized areas you're traveling through, because you might have an encounter without something trying to kill you. So we're trying it out, especially with you guys. Now, the big guys, everything's trying to kill you. So that's probably what happened to my last one. Everyone's settled in for a location then. You guys can decide next day. Someone needs to hit the blue narwhal. Basically, as you're informed by the military before leaving, and probably because you're all from different units, basically to say your characters are from the units that your leader characters are in charge of. Like you're from Ado's group, you're from Darwar's group, because they are also recruiting because the Blood Company takes in any race, which is actually one of the Blood Company's bonuses. They're not left in a weakness sometimes. Where like if your only bonus is all because of this, then what happens when someone has the other? Well, you guys have more spread out.
You know what happens if we recruit two races and have a blood feud?
Not in the company.
In other words, it stops.
Yeah. Or it can be dealt with right now beforehand, before joining. But if you sign to join, Blood Company means you also left whatever problems you had before. You're true mercenaries. Because so far from what I've seen, since kind of reflecting what the company's attitudes based upon their leaders. If there's a problem in the end, both parties will be eliminated. They're not going to lose an advantage in war because two guys are fighting. But you can also, if you like, let's say Darwar may actually try to keep dwarves in his military. You might have a few other races that do some scouting and stuff like that. But I'm just saying that as an example. Or, well, I don't know. Silver Fox is going to say, only demons in my army? Only elves, because I like yelling at elves. Well, it's a Minotaur. Silver Fox would take a Minotaur.
Yep.
I like pie. Well, they fit in nice with the barbarians. These are down permanently eventually. What?
Oh, two of the things that I rolled for when we rolled this character.
They're not written down. They don't exist. I'd write them down now.
No, they are written down. I just didn't think I spelled them right.
Oh. As long as you can read it. I'm not going to be nitpicky. You apparently can't read the difference between a U and a 4. So I'll be fine from that point.
Well, I'm trying to figure out which one's the phobia that we gave me. I think it's this one right here. Third from the bottom. PH. I think that's the phobia one that we gave me, where I had that phobia of germ, kind of
third to the bottom. It's a scientific term for the ability, but it's gonna be confusing.
My skills are
Phi something. It's a third from the bottom.
skills are in the long one, yeah. They're from
Starts
the
with a
bottom.
PHI. Score remains though. That's the one if you get into it. Actually, what's its skill level?
27.
27. Make a 2d6 roll. Plus 27. Hopefully it's a 3. But you have a 27. So you have pretty good control over it.
Well, I guess I could take this off now.
36.
Okay. You're pretty well keeping control of it right now. Mostly everything's just been ransacked and gone through. A lot of stuff was taken, so for the most part the house was empty. But it is a little dirty, so you'll probably spend some time cleaning it up.
All those
Yes,
many
it is.
names he had as a kid are gone.
They went with his father.
That one's I'm making sure I'm pronouncing it right. Articulate?
Whenever I trouble, I put that on.
That doesn't sound like your character. No. Architect.
Okay, that's what I thought originally. I wanted to double check. So I do have that.
Big
That'll be
difference.
fun. Yeah. I originally thought that, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you know your house is the cheapest house you can get. You're good at this.
Awesome.
Here's your house. Front door, 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 door.
Hey, it works, right?
That's your house.
Are you sure you're not Peter Griffin off his OCD?
Window, window, window.
No,
That one doesn't get one.
just my spelling really freaking sucks from time to
No,
time.
that's all right. That's your house. Now, doesn't mean you can't come up with ways to improve it. You would have to, unless you're going to go upward, though, you would have to get more land.
Yeah. I might add a second story for,
Dig out the basement.
rooms. Yeah, or dig out a basement. We do both.
Sick digging. Someone's like, stop it! We're already here. Bury the trolls.
Burn them with fire. They serves.
Okay, that works. Now I gotta. There. Now everything's written down properly.
You guys are
Still
about one encounter roll from, let's say, the bar. There are a few other places in town. If you want to look for something specifically for your area of knowledge, let me know. But basically, if someone can sell it or buy it, there is someone there to do so. I do
Let's
have,
go on break.
yes, I do have some street encounters possibilities for you guys. So we're gonna take a break. You guys think about. Basically, this is a town encounter stuff until you guys cross that green line into the forest. Then there might be different issues. But even in that, the module was written. The second you cross that border, I'm hunting your ass down. But you guys are all the races that live in there. So unless you guys cause trouble, it won't be, you guys have a little more freedom than the module's written for. You, when your dad died, they came and took all his stuff out of the house.
I'm gonna have to go find it all.
Because they weren't too trusting of your mother, who died later on anyways. So, break time.
Well, I'm gonna go track it all down, and maybe it'll be good for the blood company to have it.
Yep. It is
Last
possible.
on my butt.
Oh, let me push it in real quick.
You guys just bounty hunters looking for work.
That works.
Let me start some music up again. They're broadcasting a picture. That's silly.
Okay. Okay.
And then, find out if your character wants to go check things out.
Don't tell anybody else. Never know. Never know.
Damn barbarian minotaurs.
Like what?
I would say, you know where the maze thing comes from? I was thinking about it. When minotaurs build their own homes and architecture,
Yeah.
even cave homes or whatever,
Yeah.
they probably build it very much like a maze-like place. It's just the way they build things.
Yeah.
So people find them in mazes. They think, oh, look, they found a maze. No, that's how they build a house. They like to hide things, not so much have locking doors, but confusing homes. Oh, I'm in trouble.
Why?
Guido,
Oh.
I'm not going outside. We put on music, Guido, and then we'll go outside. Kitty, kitty, kitty.
Kitty, kitty, what you do outside?
He's talking about his wife. Him and someone else he's talking to.
Who's this?
I don't know. I don't care. Hi, Geeters. Did you want some more catnip or something? Or some treats? What do you want? You want the catnip?
Shit got a hit.
So you'd still have the same stats, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're still technically an elf. Only the country club sees it differently. The Wood
Right.
Elf Country Club.
No, you're still a half breed to us. Piss off.
Pointy ears. Yours are pointy too.
Pointy ears. Dipshit.
It means you might have the slightly. No, you're a Wood Elf though. You don't show it.
No, I wouldn't.
There we go. Basically, the elves have longer ears.
For what?
Dark elves have the longest. Mostly because they have to hear underground a lot.
That sounds better.
Like Ado has long ears.
Yeah.
Longer than his sister had, because her sister had blood, elf blood in her. Elf and dark elf.
That's a better one. Okay, she's over 8 foot, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's bigger than your own body. You never know. She might start killing everybody. You might go with insanity and start killing everybody inside. Look at his IQ. Come on now. 13.
I'm eventually gonna have to get a guitar.
I got one. Here you go.
Huh? No.
Oh.
I have a guitar. Because stuff like that.
Okay.
I would almost say that's kind of minus the fact it doesn't have green hair. Or that.
If you find something, how would you want to get it to me? You want to email it?
Oh.
You want to Discord it? I
I
could help you with one, but not the
I
other.
could probably send it to Mo and she could send it to you.
Okay.
But what do you think of that?
Sure, and I could easily take out a picture for your head, which is all I need, and remove the flying blades.
Yeah. Kind of just thumbing around, see what they
Oh yeah,
got.
no, that's fine. Basically, I need a headshot.
Ooh, that would be pretty cool.
All you need is the headshot.
Yeah. So if the rest doesn't match, don't worry.
We can find it. You can do it wrong.
Yeah, either I can just sit down. If you guys don't find something, I will find something for you. That's why I took this information down for. So if you have anything specific about your character, besides the information I already have, like she was gray and black she wanted, which seems odd for desert color. She also has bigger ears than the forest elf has. Have to hear over longer distances.
Oh, yeah, that.
Oh, I was gonna say, but we got away from it. In town, you're noticing about half the minotaurs cut their horns, which you don't understand anyone doing that by choice.
Yeah.
I think we'll go with this.
Sometimes capping them with like metal.
I think we'll go with that. That kind of looks kind of how I would want to look.
Okay. I'll have to leave some in the background.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Because that actually looks. That doesn't look. That would actually wouldn't look too bad as a picture for him.
It's green.
Yeah.
It fits for the wood elf thing. Can you push that picture back on the bar a little more? Behind you, see where the corners off it?
This way?
No.
Push it
Back.
like this.
Push it towards your back. No. Like on the bar more. There we go. That's all I needed. It was like hanging off, and I knew it was gonna rip off there sooner or later.
Yeah. I'll actually should.
Today we'll be establishing yourselves in there, get yourselves meet some of the principal players for your stuff. Maybe
Here we
Hathor was a Egyptian goddess. Basically, all creation came from her. She was a cow. Because lifeblood of that area, you could live off the blood from the cow, the milk, you know.
There, I screenshotted it, cropped it up, and I'll see about
Sending some more.
Yep.
Next time we'll have pictures, and on the pictures, like I did with the newer ones, I'll put your names as part of the picture. So that way, when I pop it up in there, I won't have to put your name and your picture.
Yep.
My bad side is I can't flip it if you're on the other side of the screen because your name comes out backwards. But then that doesn't matter. I'll just move it over and not flip it. They'll just look at you looking the other way. In that R20 game thing I found out, they have the figures, you know, those little like round markers for moving around in World 20.
Mm-hmm.
And on the top of it has a bar. It's like show how much damage you've taken.
Oh, nice.
And the bottom has the name. And what I'm going to do is besides having the one on the game where the picture is for the character, the person playing the character, I'm going to halfway overlap it, make it a little on the corner with a larger copy of that image so you can see who is that character. And then you can actually see the damage bar so you know when they start getting low on
Pretty cool
points.
to see.
And then later on, I'm going to use the fantasy game just to work out the kinks on my storytelling. And I'm going to probably try to run a hero game on there with the intention of being using the art style of comic books.
See, that'd be fun.
So like, when you could set it up where like there'd be a picture, like a frame you see in a comic book, with a picture. Then what I do is I take every character in the game, and if I can find a close enough character in another comic book, I can use it for a basis and just do the changes I need for color, and make have quick, easy access for images for the characters, so I can pop them up, like, you know, you're attacked. Everyone's like, you know, or like, you know, different reasons here and there. Like, if they're fighting a big monster, you don't need to put the figure of the monster on the table.
Yeah.
You know, as much.
Would you go inside?
That's pretty fancy. That house I told you I used to go play at, worse than that.
Yeah. Nice.
You know the Myrtle Plantation?
Sounds familiar.
You know what it looks like?
Mm,
The reason I say is it's a white building, but like the muck from the years you can see on the like in between the cracks and everything.
oh. One of those.
Yeah, that's what the place looked like. If they got back. They went to get
Alex and Coyle.
yeah.
Hey, he's looking better. That's good. David Yost is an actor, and he's looking pretty rough there for a while.
Bill, can I say question?
Rise!
Thank you.
Well, I hope you enjoy him.
So which one do you use for the figures?
That with the UV light.
Okay.
And that one works fine.
Okay. I'll try to get to that this week then. I looked at a couple, tried a couple things, because everything's so fucking old. When I was going to create them, I ran into some problems. So, because basically, when I transferred stuff to that newer computer, I don't have all the skins, which you don't need. So when I tell it to ignore it, it gets confused sometimes. Because we're not using skins, we're just using
And
shape.
technically, you could still just have the skins. It's just it won't be used in the file.
Well, they can't find it, so it jams up on the software. You want to look for that? No. Okay, we'll quit working on the thing then. No, just render it without that. I don't know if we can do that.
Sorry, I need to call my supervisor.
Yeah. Where's your manager? My hair suddenly grows and becomes like in a certain style of Karen's. I don't want my computer to make me a Karen.
Nice.
I have to send you an image. No.
Go ahead, try to sue us. Watch how
So
badly he gets
he can
screwed.
put it as my credit card. For this. Okay.
You can go ahead and discord yours.
Are we live? Or are we like?
Well, you can hear us.
Well, before you put us back on.
Yes.
I need to go brush my fucking teeth because somebody fucking made off with my toothbrush.
Okay. Go right ahead.
Yeah.
Well, we got a power one here.
Yeah. Well, somebody.
And did they put it up their butt? And leave a picture of a Polaroid with it there?
I don't.
Which you didn't find until after you brushed your teeth?
I don't.
That's a horrible idea. Who would do something like that? You can think of an idea like that.
Apparently you.
Actually, it happened to a friend of mine. But I don't believe him fully, but it's a neat story.
Did I ever show you the stairs I fell through?
No. That's what happens when you're bigger than 250 pounds.
Actually, no, that's what happens when you have old stairs.
And you're over
Oh.
500 pounds.
Yeah. I don't think the world's built for anyone over 250 pounds.
No, those stairs were built when the max weight was 350.
No, those stairs were actually built when the whole freaking apartment complex were built.
I happen to know that when you buy treadmills,
yeah, and they're only rated for a certain weight.
250 is the max.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think I don't use the one in my place?
Yeah. I go use them at the gym because then I break theirs. I know from Sears when I used to sell them, I thought that was so stupid. Here's a treadmill, 180 pounds. What the fuck are they running for?
They don't need to run.
No, they don't.
Why are you making them run? Leave them alone. They're fine. They're too fine. Make me eat a sandwich. I don't want to have to deal with that fineness around me.
Coming with a bunch of anorexic kids.
Oh. Yay, there's 11, so I can go.
I want to ask, do you have a paper towel?
He does. Stay on. I don't buy them. That's my thing to do for protecting the world. I use towels. I just never really got into using them. But we do have napkins in here if you're doing that.
Well, I'm just.
We do keep napkins from any restaurants, strictly for doing her face. So.
Much better. She was just so nasty you had to brush your teeth.
No, I took a toothbrush with me.
Yeah, bought one.
Unpacked everything.
It's gone.
Used it one time.
And poof.
It was gone.
Magic.
Yeah, no, she used to.
I got annoyed.
Okay. I didn't know you were annoying.
I got very annoyed.
I believe it.
So I had all my stuff packed.
Okay.
The entire weekend.
We're going to go ahead and come back to the people. You guys ready? play crappy music.
Yeah,
Well, good job. Get off my land. You're playing crappy music.
Sorry, the oldies died with you.
Is he playing old Beatles tunes?
Would, except for you can't afford the copyright.
How do dead people sue me? Wait, there's one left.
I don't know. How the hell is,
Matter of fact, didn't Michael Jackson own most of the rights to the Beatle music?
Yes.
And he died. Died before we found out what kind of truly perverted bastard he was. Good decision on his part. Because that court case finished, his stuff would have been deleted.
History makes bullies of us all.
History does.
No, that's fine.
That's not permanent electronics.
I always love it when people tell you, like, you know, like there's that Jimmy Fix-It, that guy from Britain that was like a big popular show that would grant wishes to children. And they found out years later he like molested most of them. He was just a truly evil man, but he was like a hero at the time. His gravestone said on it, "It was great while it lasted,"
Yeah,
which really kind of looked bad with his.
Well, kind of like Bill Crosby.
Oh, yeah. And I always love it when they use the excuse, "It was a different time." It was never all right to drug people for sex.
Obviously, you've never tried LSD.
I have very much, but I usually didn't think about sex while on it. I was easily distracted by other things, like bright lights, talking mice,
or going to
telepathetic
see the
cats, the normal things in life.
Or ghost black.
You know, well, we all have our favorite families. Mine was a bunch of sharecroppers down the street. I didn't want to live with my middle-class white parents.
Oh no!
I didn't want my white privilege. Although I used it to buy my trailer. Cashed it in. Said, Mama, can you help me?
Alright, I'll email that to,
Me? That's what you're talking about?
They can have email?
Yeah, I have 5
Yeah,
of
we
them.
need to get it though.
Because I have my email, I have damn studio email, and then there's a damn studio 2 email. There's also, I think the other ones are gone. I had Fendrillion.
Devin, what's Maureen?
Yeah. But most of them I don't ever, the only one I ever look at is Netscape.net. I know there's no Netscape, but AOL takes care of it nowadays, but I refuse to put that on my address.
You've got mail.
Genitalia. Okay. Next morning, you guys wake up in the house. Everyone check for a con roll to see how well you rested.
Not well. 26. 22.
Sending an enormous. Oh, for those rolls.
That's right, you can sleep anywhere.
32.
74.
She's still sleeping. Now, you. Everyone slept all right, although the cat's not as much. Place is a little cold. No one lit a fire or anything last night.
It was not a warm ray of sun for us to sleep in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Although the windows to the bedroom was broken open. You know, as far as there's a lock on it, it can be reclosed, I should say. It's not broken, the lock is broken. And then they pulled it open, so it's probably swollen up some too. But you guys can fix the place up. But for your cat people, you're like, you know, I think I would have slept better outside. Slept on the roof, maybe. That could have gotten the morning sun rays. Especially for the desert, kitty. This is good weather for noon. All the rest of the time, this place is cold. But you guys need to go into town to establish yourselves and began your bounty hunting, finding information, going to stores that might have stuff you need. You know, if you're a bounty hunter, is the kit much different than a raid kit? You buy like twist ties, duct tape, ball gags.
My Little Pony doll.
Hey,
Don't bring Johnny into this.
Don't worry, I'm not a rapist. I'm Dog the Bounty Hunter.
No, Captain Boomerang.
Oh God.
Captain Boomerang, what, from Suicide Squad?
Do you remember he had the little unicorn doll?
Oh yeah. Because he has a daughter.
No, you think Deadshot.
No, Captain Boomerang does too. Captain Boomerang's been around for so goddamn long. Any of the ones that, like, the older one, just like you think about it, it kind of made sense. Hawkeye made sense he had a family because most of the time in the comic books he was usually cruising some female. Which means somewhere along the line there,
He got lucky.
Hawkeye was, well, he got Mongoose, or not Mongoose, Mockingbird, but she ended up being a spy or something like that.
Yeah,
Double
one of the
spy.
Skrull
Yeah.
infiltrators.
Yeah.
Like Black Widow started on Double Agent.
Well, you know who, on the Skrull thing, who the number one was? Spider-Woman.
What?
No,
No.
the original Spider-Woman. The one from the comic, from the originals, from the cartoon. One day, or comic, they kind of put this out. It's kind of interesting. When the comic book ended, no one in any medium of comic books ever referred to a character again. So it was kind of odd that she just up and disappeared and no one asked where she went. Well, they decided years later that that's because the Skrulls had kidnapped her. Her part spider DNA made her a perfect broodmare for piles of Skrulls. She became a mother with children. Where'd you guys leave her? Lynette's character, Spider-Woman.
Oh, that's right.
The one that killed people. I decided she was the Skrull one. It's the only way it works.
That's horrible.
But she does care about children. But yeah, it was kind of funny in the comic books. It's like, you know, you're right. I really didn't ask. Once she got canceled, you kind of like just kind of forget she was there. She was one of my favorites though. All in the original story, she was a spider first and became human due to experimentation. And then they found out, no, we just mind wiped you to think that was real. That's stupid. Nobody would have created a limited number of Spider Women.
Clone them.
The volume is low.
Huh?
Somebody just said that the volume is low.
I can turn it up. Just a little bit. Well, they can turn it up on their side too. But yeah, it is a little bit.
Yeah, I think theirs is probably.
I can't go too much more. Let me check here. Is something off? Oh!
Yeah, because right there.
Hold on. One of the plugs was loose.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling us. One of the plugs, one of the channels, right channel, I think. The white. I think the white's left channel. Red's right channel.
Yeah, one of the two.
Red is right.
Yeah. It's always right. Them whites are wrong. Especially when they're taking your land and growing, you know, oils lines and shit like that. Okay, first of all, first thing in the morning. Well, let's do a dice 6 roll for everyone. See how your mornings go.
6.
Yeah.
Dice 6 roll.
2.
2.
1.
1. You're just trouble, aren't you?
I guess.
Always you. Roll 2 dice 6.
Hey, Bill, you want to play Whack Fuck?
5.
5.
Oh, I just sent on Facebook.
Roll 2 dice 6 again. For specific.
I'll have to show you that video.
9. Oh, wait.
That's 9.
Okay. Well, since it's an event, it actually affects all the players, but it's your fault it's happening. When you guys wake up, actually, it's very warm in the morning. Like the sun's just beating down pretty good. So you guys might want to go outside and get warmed up. It's a very hot day. It will take you one extra use of water throughout this day. So your event is hot day. It's like reaching 98 to. It's basically wind blowing from the desert into this area.
Sort of.
It gets blocked by the forest, so it kind of gets funneled into this area. It's pretty warm. You'll start to see mirages at the edge of things by the end of the day. So, throughout the day, I'm going to say perception checks, visual, will be at a less because of the heat. Not wanting to look in the bright light and stuff like that. But I don't think I'll apply that to the desert person. I think she's probably used to this temperature. It's a win from her home area. What is your guys' plans today? We'll start here with Mike.
Oh.
No, don't tell me no.
No, my volume's all the way up. I'm not hearing anything.
Really?
We got some static, but it's
Volume.
That's weird. Yeah, it's just...
In.
Your phone's a piece of crap.
I have volume here showing.
I don't know why it's just not...
It's not real loud though. Let me check this. My hand covering the whole screen there for a second.
My phone looks good.
Oh, someone just saw your fingerprints.
Whoa!
And there we are normally.
You turn it back down a little bit.
And there we are normally.
It came in from the camera a little bit.
You might want to change that. I don't know.
Is it much better?
Yeah, because it just hit red when you hit loudest. Just touched it. Okay, thank you for letting us know. I used to have that happen a lot on my public access show because it was live and most people operating the equipment didn't know what they were doing. And every time you came in, all the levels were wrong. So I'd have to flatten everything out. And then sometimes I'd forget to bring something up before things started because there's so much going on. It was old analog equipment.
But also I'm gonna be working on the slide video.
A slide video?
I'm calling.
Oh, yeah. I can set everything up for you to do that. To where you could, edit them and stuff like that. It'd be easier. Actually, the oldest one works so much better. The older version of Pinnacle allowed you to drag and drop the files.
No.
The newer one did not.
But
They said it's because it made it safer to transfer them. Make them easier.
do you guys still do Pathfinder, and what about the D&D campaign that's being planned?
Well, the D&D part would be we're using, except for this module, the adventures the main team's going through have been D&D. We have talked about doing D&D or Pathfinder on Roll20 on the computer game system. And then there's Diamond Ventures we do, which actually takes modules from Daredevil, and later on Chill, and even Call of Cthulhu. Your lives will get dangerous.
The barbarian is right there.
He's hiding off the edge.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Well, we'll get the pictures up next month or next week because we're just kind of starting. This is a new campaign. So that's why we also didn't have an intro, because I don't know what to intro. Because there's no what happened last week yet.
Yeah.
I could think of something.
Well, I have one possibility, just mentioning the concept of blood company bounty hunters. Going into, writing it a different way, because the first time when I wrote it out, and I looked at it, and it looked like an introduction for the A-Team.
Well, I mean,
a bunch of outcast heroes.
Well, you're kind of not off with this
No,
group.
but can we not make it sound that silly?
Yeah.
Are you Mr. T? You're the Minotaur. You'd be the Mr. T character. One of you two are Murdoch, probably. Who's the crazy one? You. Actually, I did like that
What
show.
about Star Wars? Any Rhodians for Star Wars?
In the long run, we go way down. I did download a bunch of besides Spelljammer modules, which will probably be where the main player characters go someday to get things in space in Spelljammer. But I also would like to do Star Frontiers, a lesser-known space-based campaign that is not limited by. Because the problem if you do Star Wars or Star Trek, I guarantee you we'll get complaints on every episode on how we did something wrong because this episode said this. I prefer to have a little more freedom. That's why I don't do D&D as much.
This is why you go creative license. Shut the hell up.
Yeah, I have a card for that. It's on the other side here. Game Master's always right.
I mean, the only. See?
If you want one, talk to Alex. He'll print them off for you for $50. Okay, probably not that much, but if you give him that much, I guarantee you he'll do it quicker.
Yes, if there are things you do want, he will print them off.
I put well, the only thing I would have done maybe different is little holes in the corners to post it on walls or something. You can screw it in like little.
Well, that was just a prototype. I was planning on making a much bigger version.
Yeah, and I could also just drill it out.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if we wanted to do a
Why don't
Star,
you just use some double stick tape?
if we wanted to do something Star Wars related, we could just load up the one that you and me usually play on.
What?
Oh, Star Wars.
Yeah, the Old Republic.
We'd have to check. Some games don't allow for broadcasting. Kingdom Hearts doesn't.
I've seen Old Republic broadcasts for it.
Kingdom
But,
Hearts because it's Disney.
well,
was
Disney,
that?
no.
You could do a Clone Wars spin-off, have a Rhodian with a collection of clone rifles.
My problem, honestly, is I don't know enough about Star Wars to be fair about it.
Ah, yes, it's completely illegal to stream SOTOR.
I mean, granted, we'd all be able to have our own unique characters.
I know it is satisfactory. I see videos for that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're doing a dedicated server on Satisfactory, though it's not streamed, but
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know,
I can't wait till the experimental becomes a
we could
Right?
do Minecraft,
Oh, God.
That would be fun.
except for I'd have to do it through my computer.
I don't have the Java version. I have the old original version.
I originally did, but my computer that had it died.
Yeah, but if you made an account, then you have it there.
True, because I did it back before Xbox even had anything to do with it.
Same.
My son was doing it, and he introduced me to it, so we could game. He was in Canada, I was here, so we could do stuff together. And it never really happened, but I have the game. I made a 1/4 scale, but you'd still fit in it, but the buildings were smaller, of Silent Hill. All of them, including the mall
That would be epic.
with the
though.
basement,
Dude, that
the
was
subway that went all the way through 3 towns,
nice.
set out based upon the map. And then I lost the copy of it because I gave it to him.
One
So-
thing I wish I could get running is my server files for Star Wars Galaxies.
Yeah.
Because I actually have those files.
They'd be called cat crackers. Dude, you are amazing. This guy.
What I was thinking about doing was Paranoia. That one's a twisted game.
No, that's what he said.
So listen to this.
Okay.
He'd have a Spanish name with pheromone grenades. Deliver Sith cats into enemy compounds. They'd be called cat crackers.
Is that what we're going to call your guys' adventures? The two of you? The Adventures of Cat Crackers!
All your lols are belong to us.
So,
This guy.
back to this city.
Okay.
You guys are at the house, starting with Mike. What are you doing this day?
Oh, God damn it.
And I'll see if I can kill you for it.
I guess I'm just actually gonna play a little bit of my flute this morning, just because.
Just gonna play your flute?
Yeah, just for a little bit today. Get a little practice in for the day.
Okay.
His name is not Greedo.
Toryu, what are you doing today?
Sunbathing to conserve energy.
Sunbath. Shate? Is that it? Or Shode?
As long as it's not Shati.
Shode?
Yeah.
What do you got? What are you doing today?
Same.
Okay, Ivy.
I'm gonna get in town and see if I can find some information where that
As long as it's not the University of Boston.
butthead went.
Not Fritos.
Well, first of all, if you go to the Blue Narwhal and check the board, there might be additional things. If someone else had seen him, sometimes they'll leave notes.
Okay, I'll check that area out.
And sometimes if a note's left, someone may, like, if you find them, they'll like you to drop by with a couple of gold later on.
Okay, well, I'll go check
Okay.
that out.
I would so
Everyone, do a speed check.
Devin, are we gonna have a Stargate campaign?
No?
Damn.
Stargate?
Yeah.
No.
That'd be fun though.
23.
fail.
I just need the number, regardless if you succeed or fail.
23.
Okay?
21.
21.
33.
27.
27.
Yeah.
Okay, so first will be Shode. You're outside just sunbathing all day? Roll a dice 6.
Yes, disappoint.
Okay?
Disappoint.
And again, we'll check for all day for each of you.
If Teal
Check.
is so disappointed, he can
And
take
again.
out his symbiote.
2.
Okay? So, your day will consist of nothing but sunbathing. We will assume you will get back all points of health or of con and wizardry, which I don't think you were missing any.
We just started.
Yeah. But that's what this would have done if that was the case.
It's not like we're starting out being interrogated.
Okay. Next is Wood Elf. First of all, roll a dice 6. Wood Elf rolls a dice 6.
Mike!
Wood Elf dies.
5.
Okay. Now, you want to roll for your flute playing?
Sure.
Okay, what about Call of Cthulhu?
Yes.
The cosmic horror is a cat.
Could be. I mean,
Or
the problem with that is I have modules that are 200 pages long.
Mage the Awakening. I should have
No.
assumed.
No. I use...
Well, you only use D10s.
This brings up my furry side so much.
48.
48? That'd be for tune.
Oh, this brings up my
Okay.
furry side right now.
Well, you're playing pretty good. I would say... next then, is that all you're going to do is play your flute?
Yeah, for now.
Okay, Bill,
Oh my god, stop with a bone.
you go wandering into town. Roll a dice 6.
1.
Yep.
3.
Just
Okay.
Rolling.
You go walking out there, and basically head to the Blue Narwhal Inn, because that's the main information center. This place isn't that novel. Like most taverns in unhallowed corners, the Blue Narwhal tries to isolate itself from the hustle and bustle going on outside or deeper in town even. The building's ground level, made of baked brick and mud mortar, has no windows, but is fairly well lit inside by what's known as Dwarf's Breath. Dwarf's Breath is actually piped in from the fertilizer factory.
Okay.
It's basically methane.
Okay.
The dwarfs there that have the fertilizer factory sell the gas for additional charge.
Don't light a match.
Yeah. You can smell it as you enter the place a little bit, the burnt methane.
Okay, why did he fart?
Yeah.
Hey, you are a Minotaur.
4 stomachs.
For travelers looking for lodging, on each of the 2 upper stories are rooms with shuttered windows and a common bathing room at the end of the hallway. If you have concern about your size, that's not a problem. First of all, when you enter, you see a Minotaur woman on the pole dancing.
What?
A Minotaur woman on a pole dancing.
Yeah.
What the?
This bar
Oh, you're not wrong.
mostly has
What is this,
non-humans
Leaning Tower Pizza?
working.
A Womatar?
Has even an ogre and has a giant that works at the front door.
I hope this guy watches.
Basically, what's your charisma?
Don't cry,
Charisma
princess.
is 70.
Okay. When you come in, make your charisma roll.
That's 77.
Okay?
Oh my god.
You get inside, and right away, someone comes over to you, one of the waitresses, looks at you, kind of in an uncomfortable way, just looking up and down a bit.
Because I'm bigger than most. Everybody.
Yeah, even bigger than the Minotaur that's there. She's 7 foot. It says, well, you're quite the stunner, aren't you? Well, would you like a place to sit? Would you like a drink? Or are you looking for work?
I'm looking for some information.
Well, for starters then, we'll get you a place to sit, get you some drinks, and you talk to some of the patrons here. We have our job board over here, which lists some stuff. And like I said, if you really need, we always have work for the more exotic of the kindreds in our area. I mean, we specialize in giving the well-off mundanes a chance to experience some of the more interesting kindreds. In short, they run prostitution through here of exotic species for those that are willing to pay. If you have a charisma of 12 points or higher, the proprietor, Grander G-Bell Bellicose, will show up, which is the owner, and he comes over the table and asks, how are you doing? I mean, financially, are you being taken care of? Are you traveling? What's going on with you?
Bounty hunter. I'm looking for a few people.
Oh. Well, if you want to check the board, you can do so. Talk to some of the customers if you get a chance. But if it doesn't go well for you, I could always get you some work here.
Well, I might come see you soon then.
Okay. But I hope that you don't need to. Go ahead and sit down, and they take you over to a table. Make a luck roll.
Oh.
21.
21.
Valuable person.
Okay. You brought in.
Oh.
You sit down at a table over
Right.
in the corner. They have larger tables and stuff like that for some of the bigger races. Looks like an ogre could sit down in these tables. The table itself slides out, so if you need more room.
Okay.
What would you like? Would you like something to eat, something to drink?
How much is an ale?
An ale? Would you like standard, or would you like the house special, or would you like an import?
Just a regular.
Regular, that will be 1 silver per mug. Although you may want a pitcher.
How much is a pitcher?
To be fair, we charge no more, because if you need a pitcher instead of the mug, we'll charge you 3 silver.
Okay.
We won't charge you the 10 drinks that comes in it. We just, it helps work out for some people need more to drink.
Alrighty.
So they'll bring you that. Make a con roll for it. This is the first one. 10 drinks. So do 20, 24, 30, 35 for the whole thing.
78.
Like, what's wrong?
You can stop anytime you got it.
90.
Okay. You only had to make a 35 for the first one. It'll go up a level per, or actually in this case, it'll go up 3 levels because you're actually drinking 10 drinks at a time.
Yeah.
So, you sit there, make an intuition check.
Intuition.
Yep.
No blood for you.
8. Let's see. 13.
Oh my god. I think I know who that is.
34.
34?
You think it is?
Yep.
Oh.
Well, tell them to subscribe and get more to do so.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
What you have is you notice someone watching you from the table next to you. Looks, best you can say, a ratling.
Woody.
Oh my god.
Looks like a human size
You know who it is?
Rat.
human
Rat.
with rat parts. Long fingers. They do have thumbs still. But they seem to have more of the rat build.
Should get the cat people here so they can take care of the rat problem.
Is that what you say?
No.
Okay. Let's see. You can't tell because you don't know rat people that well, male or female. I'm kind of sniffing around, looking over. And then says something in some language. What do you do?
Ask him, tell him politely. I don't speak that
What language are you saying this in?
language. Common.
Okay? At that, just the squeaking and stuff like that, and after a little bit,
What do you think it is?
adjust to a common language. He does have quite a few languages, actually.
Okay.
So, you're one of the tallest minotaurs I've seen yet.
Okay. Thank you.
Where do you come from?
The mountains.
Ah, they growing bigger out there, huh?
Yeah, there's bigger than me in there.
Hmm. So what are you here doing?
I'm a bounty hunter.
Oh. Yeah, I dabbled in that work here and there. I'm a scallywag shorttail. Actually, it's scally shorttail, but I just throw in the wag in there because, it works. I tend to stick more to
I think it's him, I'm not sure.
other work. I tried bounty hunting, but I'm good at tracking. Sometimes I'll track halflings. They've got a smell that I've learned really well to track them at.
Yeah. I'm hunting. What are we looking for again?
It's a goblin.
Oh, I'm hunting for a goblin.
What was his name?
Oh.
First one was Forest Imp.
Forced him.
Nope, force down.
Make a luck roll. Does it start with 2 1,
16.
but still doubles.
16.
23.
Yep, thank you.
The
Okay.
smallest lings come from the smallest places.
Well, actually, I just not too long ago came into town again. I was out on a general. I do work sometimes for the bandits on the outside of town. We kind of came to a disagreement, so I thought it'd be best to stay in town for a little bit. Maybe kind of head off with someone else for a while to see how things are going.
Smart idea.
But I'm not too sure about going into that forest alone. I heard they, well, people don't come out if they don't want you to. So, really, I heard they abandoned them at some, like, dark part of the forest and they never get out. Some say the trees out there move.
Never know.
I'm better staying underground if I can.
I just came into town again.
Huh? What?
That's what he said. I just came into town again.
Yeah, he left for a while. He lives here.
No, that's how they put it in here.
Yeah. He left and came back.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god, a recurring nightmare.
Well, this rattling rogue doesn't live here. He's a murder hobo like most players. He goes from place to place.
Would you like me to open that for you? Never mind. He wants to get the box.
Not towards me.
You tell it as old as time.
You need a first level saving roll on your intuition.
And what?
Your intuition. Intelligence, IQ, whatever. It's all the same. I'll change it. I'll write it down. Because I don't like IQ as a stat anyways. You can't play someone with a higher IQ than you.
23.
You can play shorts, less so, but if you have someone with a higher IQ than you, it's kind of like hard in a game to play. So I prefer intuition for it because, how much you can see.
Need a saving roll? When in doubt, dodge.
Dex roll.
Dex roll.
Dex roll is the level of the person attacking you will allow you to try to dodge their attack. But then you can't fight back. You're busy
I'm about
dodging.
to take your knife away from you. You're scaring me with that thing.
You're just sitting there.
Stab, stab.
Are you going to open that up and find inside the package are individually wrapped crackers?
Oh God,
Then
that
we
would.
flinging that knife
Hey.
all over the place.
Hey, I already got that here. They're individually wrapped chocolates inside the bag.
Don't mind me, I'm just going to be hiding under this table.
So,
That would suck though. Those
You made your roll. you notice the job table.
Oh, it's guaranteed freshness.
A few people come up, look at it, get some information, walk off. Do you want to go look at it, or...
Yes.
Okay. You go up and look at it, and you notice there is one for Forest Imp. For how much gold? 300?
Yeah, 300.
300 gold. He's basically wanted for crimes of war. Things he shouldn't have done. They raided towns in the process, so they owe for it. He needs to be arrested, and whoever brings him to justice for his court date gets 300 gold, regardless if he's found guilty or not.
But they gotta keep him alive.
Someone else wrote a little note next to it. Roll die 6. 5. There's like 5 notes around it. Some claim he went back south to the tribes that he came from. There's some down south. Oh, what tribe was he?
You didn't have me write that down.
Well, I told you to.
You didn't give the information.
I did.
War crimes? Must be a politician.
I gave you the name, and I gave you what tribe.
Oh my God. That was all right. Just hand him here.
No. I will tell you again what we did earlier today. So that way we could do it 2 or 3 times. I love to do this. Forest Imp. He's from the Yellow Fang Goblin. Did you guys fight the Yellow Fang down south?
Yeah.
No, wait.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did.
Okay, so there's probably some down there somewhere.
There you are.
The next one, pocket robber,
Mm-hmm.
rock throwing. These words sound familiar?
Yes.
Fix 'em, rock throwing. Ravager,
Mm-hmm.
wolf skull.
Oh.
You definitely fought them down south. And Sans
Oh no.
is swamp frog. He's
Desi
also known as a dragon shield. They actually,
Desi said, "Wait, tell us again what you did today."
The rock ones, we found a lot of dead. Dead
yeah, but the leaders got away.
Mhm.
Basically, because they attack at range and when they run when they get caught almost.
Huh?
Forest Imp had the wood elf walking ability.
I got tired.
He walked into the forest and was lost. So he has the same way you do to hide in the forest.
Yeah.
It's going to make him hard to find. But your notes, they're on there. List. He entered the forest, probably dead. Headed straight through, probably heading back to the Iron Ring.
I'm gonna try not to pay attention to the chat right now.
Pretty sure he's probably in the Swamp of Doom. And I think he's my neighbor.
I think he's my neighbor.
Forest elf in the forest? Not a real elf.
Forest Imp? He's a goblin that knows the Forest Elf ability to
So
disappear
one
in the
we're
forest.
looking for, is he still in town or he's left?
Well, it depends. Not every one of these loats are necessarily right.
Uh-huh.
Well,
They're just anyone can put them. You can check them out. If you wanted to know, you got something to write them down? One note.
Swamp of Doom, nice neighborhood.
one note.
He went to the forest.
Who is this guy?
I don't know.
Two.
So Jason to a good school.
Next one said, we'll go with that one. Is the Swamp of Doom. Just put Doom if you want.
Why am I reminded of the movie Henchman?
3. I think there's 4.
I mean, if this person lived here, this
3
person
was,
great
we'll say
at
neighbor.
this game.
Neighbor.
Yeah. Boy, I just slaughtered that word. And the last one said Iron Ring,
Oh my god.
which means they're saying he followed the forest back through the river or through the mountains. But because he has Forest Walk, he could have snuck through. They don't know about the Forest Walk ability, though. It's not on the list.
Okay.
But that's what the 4 possible options you have for where he went. All of them, except for the neighbor one, means he entered the forest. The Forbidden Forest. Now, he may, since he knows their ability, you guys have a report from the ward that he could forest walk. Just like the wood elves do.
I'm gonna go check out the neighbor
The
first.
neighbor one?
Yeah.
Okay. Make an intelligence check.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, 3. Okay, nothing.
No, that's
No, 3's 3. No matter what.
Mhm.
So, that was all you know. I was checking for some additional information. You want to go check for that?
Yeah.
Roll die 6.
Oh, I'm gonna be hurting in the morning.
Just one.
Last time I tried to
Just
clean
one?
a pest
Yep.
with a forest, the instant like that very much.
Okay? Got no problem getting there?
Just because of this person, we're gonna get more freaking people in the chat.
You get to the house. Well, oh, let's see. How was the directions? Oh, make
Don't make me cook you with something cold.
an intelligence roll to decipher this guy's directions.
Intuition.
What the hell was that?
12.
Huh?
A 12.
12 total.
Mm.
Okay.
No, wait a minute. Say that again.
What, plus your intelligence?
Yeah, forgot that. 6. 9.
10, 11,
19, 20,
22.
22.
Okay.
That's just perfect.
It takes you about most of the day. You finally find it. It's a house, a shorter house. Could be a dwarven house.
Okay.
Which means half of it sticks out of the ground. Looks like most of it's probably down under the ground. They dig their houses downward instead of building them up. It's easier. They know rock work better than they know tree work. Plus, you'll notice most of the houses in this town are not made of wood. They're wood, or they're mud, or thatch with the grass and that. But you don't see like wood construction here and there, unless it's like detail work here and there for something. But not much of it. Like they've really minimized how much trees they're cutting. Maybe people don't want to go into the forest and get the trees. But there's the door to the guy that left the note. There's fire coming out of the chimney. There's
Big
light
basement?
in the house. Can't see the basement yet. You see a space about the size of the house you came from,
So is the light.
but it's only sticking like 3 feet out of the ground, and then there's the roof. There's a window.
So it's a building from down underground.
Yeah. You go down the stairs and knock on the door.
Is it big enough for me to get down into there?
You can't get into the house probably.
But I can knock on the door.
Yeah. Maybe he can come or talk to you at the door, but your horns would be a problem in this place, possibly. The door is wider, though, because dwarves are pretty wide in comparison. So, you knock on the door, make a first little look roll.
21.
Well, you guys are sunbathing, and he's playing his flute. He's out doing some work.
So that means the basement.
She.
Mama milkers. That's right, I gotta remember. If she has large breasts, it's just because she's very plentiful. So, but she does have multiple nipples. No. More human on that. You get to the door, you knock on it, you made your roll. A dwarf comes out. Yeah? Looking up at you?
I'm looking for, what was his name again?
Forest Imp.
Forrest Gump.
Oh, yeah!
Forrest Pimp? He said Forrest Gimp.
Could be.
You got something like no.
I think he might be the guy next door. I think that guy's a goblin.
How do you think it's him?
Because he's a thief. He stole stuff off my line. My clothesline. And like I said, I think he's a goblin.
Alright, I'll go find out.
Okay? Look next door.
Fuck,
You
who
see,
is this guy? Or girl?
made of
Who's-
rocks and mud. A house.
Picture, 'cause I've looked at it.
Bigger than your guys' place.
Just for his picture.
It's on the ground like normal. It's not got a short door. It's got like a good 6 to 8 foot door.
Okay.
So it's a bigger place.
No.
Make a luck roll.
The fuck? Pimps don't steal, they own.
That was the guy back at the inn. Back at the inn.
23.
But you guys didn't talk to him yet.
Sorry.
23. Okay. You find out that he is home. He answers the door.
Is it him?
Yeah. No, this is not. This is a hobgoblin. Apparently, the dwarf doesn't know the difference between a hobgoblin and a goblin. He's like, yeah.
I'm looking for his name. And then, have you seen him around?
No.
Because your neighbor thinks you're him.
Because he's an idiot old man who doesn't know the difference between a hobgoblin, a goblin, or a bugbear.
Yeah.
He just thinks I'm a big guy. He's called me it. He's called me a goblin. I'm not a goblin.
Alright, well, thank you anyways.
Okay.
You have a good day now.
Yeah.
Just walk away. Don't want us to get into an argument with
Make
anybody.
an intuition check or intelligence check.
19.
Okay. See if you had any additional information when you were at the house, but no, nothing else stood up. So, it's getting to be evening. You head back to the house.
Yeah.
Everyone roll a dice 6 for the evening.
3.
1.
1.
6.
Okay. Roll 2 dice 6 for you on the way home.
5.
I think I know him.
Sorry for having too much. This person has us fucking rolling over here.
Okay.
Oh.
Maybe that's why I don't read it. No, I don't. It's gotta be distracted from doing the game.
Well, you said you wanted moderators in the chat, so we're here.
And this dude's got us rolling.
Okay. I didn't say moderators. No, I don't care. You guys don't get any experience points. That's all.
Lies.
Well, you guys didn't go out and do anything.
We
haven't had a
the sun.
Your son. No, I already checked for the day. It's now evening of that. That day is now over.
We didn't get. We didn't roll.
You didn't go look. You were sitting at home. No one showed up to your house.
Keep rolling.
Okay. You're walking along and make an intuition check. See if you see this happening.
Huh?
Listen to the voice on his channel.
Do you know who it is?
I don't know. God, you just had to.
33.
What?
33.
Okay.
Look at the weed.
You see something skitter across the ground about that tall. Like small turtle size. But it was moving a lot faster than that. Moved from one edge of the building over to some bags and a barrel of water on the other side. In the process, you heard a quick click, click, click sound as it went by.
I'm going to go on a look.
Okay. Make an intuition check as you pull some stuff aside, see what you see. Or does it get away again?
It's the pet
18.
turtle run.
18.
18. No! It's a scarab beetle. They come from the desert. Probably followed the winds in. But it's basically skittering around for food and stuff. Roll a dice 6. If you roll a 1 to 3, it's going to attack you now that you got its attention. Ah! It looks up, it sees you, and charges you. What do you do? Like it said, it's about half the size of a basketball. If you took the top half of a basketball.
About that big.
Yeah.
Just going to step on it.
Okay, 1 dice 6 plus your personal adds.
Just one.
Yep.
2.
Because you only get one unless you have claws, and you get 2 dice 6. Unless you have a martial arts, then you can get more. But no one's been looking into that. What, 42?
You're all doomed.
9 plus
It is him.
3. Oh, 40 what?
42.
Okay, you squished it. It squishes under your feet. It only had 18 points.
I crunched it like it was.
Like a bug?
Yeah.
Yes. It had a slightest blue tint to it. They're in the desert.
Ado's gonna kill you.
But they might find bigger ones out in the desert when the other group passes through.
Ado's gonna kill you.
Probably.
At this point, because of its size, it looks more rainbow, which is why people tend to just see them as scarab beetles. But as they get older, the color dulls out to the blues. kind of like on the color wheel where it moves over to the darker. That's where it settles.
It was attacking me.
It came at him. It's going to eat his foot. Or her foot. And she's like, smash.
I crushed it like a
bug.
bug.
Hey, 18 points.
Yeah.
Okay. End of day. The cats and the bard all get 20 points for spending their day doing something that fits their character.
Oh, did I get anything for going around?
I gave you points along the way, but you'll get 20 also.
Okay.
Because I gave 5 points per clue, and it comes out to 20.
Okay.
Except for we found out that one already. We know it's not that guy's neighbor. That guy's a hobgoblin.
Not a goblin. A regular goblin.
As you came out and walked away, he goes, well, is that him? You say anything or you just nod and walk off? Well, I bet you he knows him. Those kind always hang out together. You just ran into a racist dwarf.
Yep.
Old, crotchety, racist dwarf. Easy. Uncle Remus.
Right.
So I just come back and just tell everybody what
Okay.
I found out today.
The Minotaur comes wandering back after being gone all days. Everyone should use some food and water. If anyone has any. You ate when you were out. So you three need to mark off 1 food ration, 2 water ration. I told you it was hot today.
Okay.
You guys did that? If you don't have it, you better get food the next day. And water. You can pick up groceries or whatever. You can pick up fresh food at half the price of rations. They just don't last as long. So you have a place. There are cabinets. The doors are busted on most of them. You guys could spend. It's your house. Roll 2 dice 6.
6.
Okay. Jack's house.
Where's Jill?
Check in the basement.
Oh God, no.
She fell down the hill.
Oh no.
You are $600 or gold pieces. 600 gold pieces. Repairs to bring your place up.
Okay.
Which will include locks and stuff like that.
I will do that when I have the gold.
Now, you could try to do it on your own, which means some rolls, but because you have architecture, you might be able to help. But if you can have someone else doing it for half the cost again, so for 900, it will just be fixed. Now, or you can do it yourself for the other, unless you fail your roll, and then you'll still have to keep paying until it's done.
I'll roll on architect.
Well, do you have the money yet?
No, actually, I was just
Then it
waiting.
won't matter, will it? Tell me when you're ready to do it.
Alright.
Right now, your house, you like rope tie the door.
Yeah. For now.
You can do the same with the window if you want, or you can leave them open. What do you guys do?
Leave them on the long hill.
Okay.
I mean, it is the second story.
No, there's no second story. It's only 1 story. So people can walk in. Luckily, you're off the road a bit. If someone comes to this house, they were coming to this house. There's nothing behind this house. You know what I mean? If you like, town was here,
Yeah,
road's here, you're up here. So you have to leave the road to come to it, which is kind of a dirt trail. And then you pretty much go back to it and follow the main road back into town. Or you can walk just through the rough, but it takes half speed because you're not walking on a road. You have to walk around rocks and trees and shit. Not well. If they're trees, they're individual. There's no forest here.
His shit, right?
It's 10:46, by the way.
Okay. So, guess we can sum up our first day. But is there anything anyone wants to have their characters check into, or to establish yourself, or you just because some of you just guys just came to town and slept outside in the sun. You played flute all day.
Actually, I gotta go and talk to the royal guy.
Hmm?
Yeah, you talk to the royal guy about that tax.
Oh, the halfling ones
Yeah.
for King. I should get his name out for you.
Yeah, I need to go talk to him real quick.
Give me
Check
that much
here.
here.
His name. King Hobbleto.
I gotta go talk to him real
Well,
quick.
you can't talk to him, but you can talk to someone at his. There's a place in town.
Yeah, I'll go talk to that real quick. Talk to
Okay.
them. Oh. Good lord.
Okay. So, make a charisma roll.
Or can I just use my charm?
Well, if you want to use that, yeah. That's the advantage of it.
Oh, yes.
Buck called you?
No.
46.
Okay.
Her phone said I called her
He's there.
when I didn't.
Answers. You show up. There's initially an open passageway into a room, kind of like a porch,
Mm-hmm.
with seats and a bell that's over by the main door on a little shelf.
Okay.
And then there's the door into the place. What do you want to do?
Go in, I guess.
Just walk on in?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll die 6.
4.
Okay. You walk on in, and the hobbit you see is apparently sitting at his table eating dinner. He looks over at you and goes, "Oh, you're a wood elf. No wonder you come right in." What's this concerning?
I'll show him the letter. I do not have any halflings living in my place.
Oh, okay. Well, who's living there now? We have it listed as vacant.
No, I locked it up before I left to join up with a company.
But was anyone in there while you were gone?
No.
Then I guess it was vacant.
Well, I've come back to reclaim my house.
That's nice of you. Do you have any hobbits living with you?
None at the moment, I'm letting you know.
Do you plan to bring any in?
No.
Why?
Because me and the group that I'm with are using it as a kind of a base of operations for our bounty hunting that we are doing.
So you're not claiming any allegiance against the king of the hobbits? Hobbits.
No.
Although you probably don't pledge any loyalty to?
No.
Okay. No surprising.
But if there are any bounties he needs us to deal with, we will gladly deal with them if he has any.
So you're willing to work for a hobbit?
Yes.
Where did you grow up?
In that house.
Well, I have some questions for you.
By all means.
Mike, betray the hobbits.
First of all, you're one of the first wood elves I've seen that will look in my eyes while I'm talking to you.
My
Well,
mother
Don't
and
worry,
father
you have the
showed.
stigmatism.
My mother and father taught me respect for everyone.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind, because there could be something. We've had some problems with other wood elves here and there, and you might be able to give us better information on that. So we'll keep you in mind.
Look, finger food.
They also kind of look down on me too, due to my mom.
What was your mom?
Just an elf. My father was the wood elf.
Oh, a pointy ear. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Of course, the wood elf has to look down to make eye contact.
yeah, he's only 3.5 feet tall. You don't get down on a knee and pet him. How are you doing? Minotaur lays on the ground. Hi. Just looking at him sideways, kind of like rest on his head.
the two cats have to stand on each other's shoulders.
Put on a big trench coat.
But yeah,
You know, that reminds me.
Pet him! Pet him!
In Switzerland, they had a woman's book or novel contest to write about women.
oh god.
And when they offered, and someone won. And when they came up to win, it was 3 men.
Oh, not you two now.
3 men lied and wrote a story for a women-only thing. And it took 3 of them.
Wow.
It took
But-
3 men to do what 1 woman did. Sorry.
But I will look at them and go, yes, we're going to be here doing bounties. If there are any that come up, please don't hesitate to let us know. We will go and do whatever is
Let
needed.
me see your paperwork.
I have bounty hunter paperwork.
Oh, this is a specularian license.
Yes, I figured
Okay.
why not just turn my house into a place for me and my group as a bounty hunter group.
Are you going to like open an actual business?
Possibly once I get it fixed
Well,
up.
make sure you stop by the business, the guard or whatever, place for businesses.
Okay.
Can't think of it right now.
Yeah.
Get your licensing properly for it, because we do get a little from all businesses. Through, every group gets a portion of the overall money.
Yeah, I'll be doing that once I get the place fixed up a bit more.
Okay. Damn it. Pick one of these.
It's 10:54.
Yeah, we're winding up with
Then
this.
eat his people and burn his home and establish yourself as the first elf to prove his superior elven right to dominate the lesser races.
God, that really does sound like Bracken flipping me shit.
That's
Well, he hasn't talked
it wouldn't be
about
fully
intimidating someone to tell you about
against the
that.
Wood Elf way. Wood Elves are very KKK about there. They look down at everyone.
Yeah, they do.
So,
My dad actually was a well-known researcher for around these parts.
Elf balls for life.
he had to have been, because for them to not arrested you or your mother.
Well, he died, and then she died a little after they took all of his research because they didn't trust her.
No, that was probably before the mercenary groups showed up in the area. For some reason, there's been new rules from Specularian accepting other races more than we used to around here.
What mercenary group are you referring to?
I think it's the Blood Company. Ever since they joined with the Specularians, basically the Specularian Templars hired them from some other land, and they're protecting the roads and stuff like that, but they're also pushing some liberal concepts upon our nation here and there.
Now he says you betrayed the wood elf.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't. I mean, if.
But the Wood Elves don't. The Green Fists, which is what the Wood Elves are called in the area of the tribe, they aren't really part of Specularn. So, and then we're more worried about the hobgoblin or orcs that bandits that raid the area between here and that forest.
Well, we probably will end up dealing with them too.
You might check. Some of them might have a bounty, but usually if there's a bounty, someone has to pay for it. So
Yeah.
Unless someone offers the money, it doesn't happen.
True. But I figured come let you know what we were wanting to do.
Okay, and then roll a die 6.
6.
Okay. Toryu. Anything you want to do before we call it? Anything your character wanted to look into?
Yeah.
Okay. Just sitting in the house. You got food yet?
Yeah.
Okay. How about you?
I gotta go get food.
You gotta go get some food. Roll a die 6.
2.
Okay, you're good. What do you want? Like, what would you call your general foodening as a desert kitty? For one thing, I guess you would be carnivores.
Yep.
Very little in the way of vegetables. Some to help things pass through.
Well, I did kill that lizard.
Yeah, there's a lizard. You could have eaten that.
I can't. I'll just do that.
That's a day.
I'll just do that.
Okay. Roll a con check, first level.
Question, is the Minotaur eat meat?
You're an omnivore.
27.
Mostly vegetables. But you can eat meat. Like you'll eat a sandwich. You don't naturally hunt that much, but being a barbarian, you eat more than most of them. Most of the Minotaurs in town are probably strictly vegetarian.
But mine will eat meat
Yeah.
if I need to.
Yeah. Well, it's actually part of your diet. You're not going to sit down and eat a whole deer, but like you'd make a sandwich maybe. Or something like that, or a leg.
Okay.
But you will have to eat some kind of vegetable or grain with it. For the sake of your health. But you're 3/4 or half and half. Half meat, half other. You guys are straight meat with garnishing of vegetables here and there to help everything pass and stuff like that. To flavor this stuff sometimes.
Brought the parcel?
And you have bumpy tongues.
Meow.
So we know what you did. You went, or you just stayed at home and started cooking a roast.
Yeah, did you want my number or not?
Yes.
27.
Okay. Successful. You didn't slaughter the whole thing.
You try to eat me, I will knife hand you all the way down your throat.
Did you have food and water?
I went and had lunch. Remember?
Yeah. So you're good for today.
But when
Next
I go
day
back,
if you need.
I'll have to go do some shopping.
Now, did you guys hear anything about what he was doing when he was at the bar? Because he came home
He
to
was
tell
looking
you.
for the imp.
Okay.
Pretty sure his stuff's registered on the Richter scale.
And I told him I looked at one of the 4 places on the list and it wasn't there.
The information he has says 2 of them, maybe all 3, says he headed into the forest. Some kind of said he skirted the forest and headed back home following the road. But you guys know that would put him on the very road that the Blood Company watches. They'd be basically trying to take the highway and not run into... If you travel the road, you'll run into troops twice a day. Because they just patrol back and forth. I mean, you guys have 3 units that just do that. Patrol all the roads and then come back. 2 go out, 1 comes in and rests, and they rotate around. So one always is resting.
Room.
So there's a chance that they would have. You don't think he would have done that. The other ones, he went into the forest. Which they don't have on the paperwork, he has forest walk, so he could probably get away with it. But since he has that ability, he may have. He would have probably learned it from the Wood Elves.
Yeah.
So on that, you don't know how much you can trust the Wood Elves.
Hi.
You found out the hobbits don't really trust the Wood Elves, just deal with them, so they're not in complete freedom here. As far as there's some conflict between the two groups. So you know.
What? Really?
How you doing, kitty?
What else have wood?
Every morning.
Hobbits don't have wood.
Hey, Cleo.
No, they just have poles they like to try to find it.
Alright.
So that's everything for everyone for now.
Yep.
Okay. We'll end this as the next time we start. It will be morning.
So solution?
Oh.
War?
Everyone roll a dice 6. I'm gonna just for like it won't relate to today's
6.
game.
2.
6.
Okay, so I don't have to plan for any immediate encounters overnight. Wake up
I
next
think
morning.
somebody wants down, and I don't want her.
Nope, she took his leg.
Use my leg.
Alright.
Yeah. So, we good? We ready to go?
Yeah.
We'll see you people next time. Like and subscribe.
Hope
Glad
you're-
we had some fun viewer response.
How many points did I get?
Here we go.
You
Got 20.
no 38.
38?
Yeah.
38.
fought a scarab.
You got 20. I got 20, and you got 40. No.
Simple, easy one this time.
Oh, my shirt's gonna be hurt.